hit recording.
Okay, good. I'm firing this up because, like you said, we have to go check on Bryce, and I need to get him out of the way first.
Mm-mm.
But let us begin with, we have rolled all the stuff. Because we just played some charts. Let me show the audience at home on the visual version of the Destiny. It's a little tiny bit smaller now because we have less light to go around. Isn't that sad?
Mm-hmm.
Force side.
For us.
It had nothing to do with anything. Thank you. What am I doing? I'm trying to get my RPG box open in the back. But before we do anything, something patrons.
Patrons.
Something Adam DeHarp, Ika Comics, Ika Kazuyue, Architect Tang, Blessed G, Carlos Dragon, Ferris, Jeremy Vasquez, Jonathan Sand of all legendary Boston Lee, because the Region Raptor, Rogue Run, Shower, Shiny Piece, I'm getting about in Saturday 23, and I really had to fight throwing in some somethings in there. But I didn't want to sell our lovely high-paying patrons short. If you don't mind if I occasionally English up the patron reads and you're listening to this, let me know. But you're not, so you won't.
Ba-dum-pa.
Okay, you guys got some EXP for some things last time.
Yeah, we did.
Did you spend any of it?
I spent. You go ahead, Lucky.
I was about to say, I spent none of it.
Okay.
I think I forgot to spend it, so give me a bit.
I mean, there's no rules about spending, so, you know.
Okay. Well, I spent EXP on my next dedication.
Okay.
Got willpower +1. Though I'm
Alright.
still not entirely sure about that yet.
Well, just so long as you don't try to do it, like, in the middle of a fight and you're suddenly like, wait, no, I want a +1 in this stat. We can workshop it a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't need dedication left.
Quick question,
Yes.
because I forgot. Final rank of talents, like the final listing, like the bottom 4, are they 25 EXP?
Yes.
Yeah, they should say so.
Yeah.
Okay. In
Now,
which
admittedly,
case-
I can't say that off the top of my head because I haven't looked at a talent tree in God knows how long.
Yeah,
Because I don't
I just
play
looked.
characters.
if it's 20, yeah.
Yeah, it's,
You don't.
it's,
Oh,
there's
look at
it's
preference
4x5, so there's 5 rows of 4 talents, I believe. So
Yeah.
it's 5, 10, 15, 25.
I'm thinking of spending 25 points to get the final dedication I can get.
Q.
Go for it.
And I'm gonna get a point into presence.
All right.
You get like 3 or 4.
It's your present score.
It's now 3.
Okay.
You usually have 3s across the board now
Slightly
or something?
down.
No.
Stretch him up a little. You, Axe, also, while I'm speaking of you. What did you do? You do anything? Did you
I have
decide?
like 40 XP right now. I was thinking between Natural Tinkerer or getting ranged heavy to 4. So I'm probably going to do...
Well, you can do... You can't do both of those with 40 EXP?
No, because once Natural Tinkerer is 25.
Interesting.
Okay,
Natural
double check.
is at 25. That's weird.
It's on
I
water.
can get it.
Yeah,
Usually I think masters are the ones, but I don't design all those. I didn't design these talent trees, so...
Well, I think there's only one tree that I don't actually have that actually has a master on it. Everything else is just naturals.
Yeah, but in Genesis, natural is a tier 3 talent.
Yeah.
I think the only that actually had master was like the Clone Pilot tree.
It's
but I don't
it's
have
okay, Axe. We don't need to figure out where the masters are. I'm just saying, master is way better than natural, and you're being boned, but that's what the talent tree says. So you eat that 10 XP shit sandwich, I guess. The crisis of player characters. Sometimes the rules say you have to get overcharged for some bullshit.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm pretty sure rerolling is technically mechanically worse than removing the difficulty. If you start taking out difficulty dice, your chances of success goes way the fuck up.
Yes.
There is hard math for this, by the way. I haven't got that chart out in front of me, but there is like the like your expected return of whether or not you will succeed on pass fail goes up crazily if you like reduce purples or add good dice.
All I know is The only masters I've ever seen was from like the skill mod you get on like the camouflage.
It's definitely more in. I mean, it's because reducing the difficulty doesn't really work for like combat stuff. That's very rare. It would be in utility trees, but you only have like one of those.
I'm gonna get natural tinkerer and I'll just do 15 because I might grab some skills later.
Well, yeah, if you want to get that 40, you can. All right. So I think that's everybody's EXP. I read the patron bit. So we can go ahead and begin sessionifying.
Session fine.
All right. So we're going to do probably some pseudo downtime as you guys have to transmat back to Soheliv. And this isn't an MMO, so there's no fast travel. This is like when you leave your first planet in Tor and you have to go through the whole thing where they make you go to the space station and then they make you do the flight animation and then you get to the new planet.
Oh god, don't remind me.
Luckily, there's no instance where you have starfighter combat.
Yeah.
You don't have to. Well, that's optional. We're skipping that bit. But so, I want to start with okay. It's in the video. It's fine. I want to start with everybody basically because I know some of us are a little beat up from last session. I want to start with everybody doing a rest.
Yeah.
Because basically, you guys have to fly the Salty Slattern back to the Redeemer, get that thing parked, unload all the clones you've got loaded in it. Who need to do all their breakdown and gear. You have to wait for Sierra Mobile to actually get back to you, load that up and stuff. So you're on kind of a slow schedule, but a departing schedule because you have to break everything down and load up. So at some point in there, I'm pretty sure with the way like our timing worked, you guys will be taking a rest. So everybody do your normal you rest for a day thing. So clear all your strain. We'll start off fresh.
Yay.
You heal your 1 wound plus however many fucking wounds you heal at that point.
Yeah.
One wound, I guess, then plus the
Plus the
one
accelerant.
Yeah,
Start all that process going.
I'm good now.
That's good. All right. And we're gonna begin with Aramaa having a sleep.
Oh no.
Aramaa, you've had a very trying day full of punching people and getting shot. It sucked. So you go, collapse in your in whatever bunk room they've arranged for you on the Redeemer. And go to sleep.
Oh no.
Then you wake up.
Oh no.
You find yourself you were sleeping on the bar, in your bar, just taking a little nap. Huh, that's weird. And you were awakened by the sound of an iconic bass line.
Oh no.
So you kind of sit up and look around. You look over to the stage where you guys have shows. It doesn't look like your house band, the Solar Shadow Cavaliers, are in. Instead, there are some inky black shadowy figures wearing lesser demon masks who appear to be the band. There's just the bassist on there, and he's just playing the same notes over and over, just low and slow and soulful. Boo, 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 boo. It's weird.
That is a little weird.
You kind of look around yourself. You notice your bar's a little on fire tonight. That's weird. That doesn't really seem to bother you though.
Oh.
It's kind of fake ass fire. You're fine. It's not real. But your ceilings are kind of made of fire. Fire is in the center of all the tables. It occasionally drips down from the ceiling like a leaky pipe or spurts out of the beer tap, which is once again leaky. You think you need to maybe take a fix on that. But as you kind of get your bearings, you hear a voice kind of out of nowhere say, "Hey, lady, what does a guy have to do to get a drink around here?" You look forward towards the stools, and you see sitting on the stool in front of you at the bar, your buddy, the Greater Demon Mask, which in my mind now resembles, those. I can't remember the exact consonants, but the Japanese demon mask type thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, like, probably, nice and, yeah, Hanya. So, yeah, like that, a nice white with some, like, red around the lips. I can't remember how exactly you acquired this. Like, I know you got it off a guy, but I don't remember if you, like, punched them real good or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it might have some battle damage, it might not. I just genuinely can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
But so you're staring at this mask, which is just laying on this bar stool, and its eyes kind of light up, And the best way to describe this is the mask sits up. And by what I mean by sits up is the mask just arises to where it would be on the face of a person, and is also on the face of a person who is fire. There is just a man of red fire just sitting at your bar stool with the mask becoming his face. Just kind of sitting there, and he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" There's something odd about his voice. I think the best meta way to describe this is if in the TV show version of our RPG, Demon Mask Man here would have the same voice actor as Master Lago, but he would be doing a completely different voice, so the only way you'd know is if you check the credits.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, kind of like that. Hey, how you doing? Hey, while we're talking, I got a question for you. He kind of leans in towards you. Do you like seeing people get killed? Stony
Aramaa.
silence, it seems like.
Aramaa kind of tries regards the mask, trying to make sense of this. It's like, no, of course not.
So now a second voice comes. Maybe it's just so sad you can't do anything to help them. There's a second mask. It's your funeral mask.
Oh,
This
no.
one kind of sits up. It becomes a being of blue-black fire. The voice sounds like, I think, I don't have her name in my name notes and I didn't dig it up, but the Bandogore leader, I think her name was Nyla or Naima or something.
Something along
Like I
those
said,
lines.
don't have it in my notes. Something along those lines. I didn't dig it up specifically from her character, but it sounds like her. But once again, it's weird. When you guys actually spoke with her, fought with her, you only ever heard her speak in like, her haughty, condescending cultist leader voice or like angry. This is like so melodramatically sad. Oh my god, I can listen to myself do that. Ugh. Let's not roleplay that character too much. But like the fire kind of grips her face and runs down like, pretending tears are coursing on the face. Then you hear another voice. Or perhaps it is just observation. You simply wish to see what would happen if you did nothing. The owl mask you've just met pops up. This one's the weirdest. It's like a fiery body, but it looks like it's made out of almost liquid gold. Just kind of rises up next. The voice it speaks with is strange. It's two-tone. One of the tones sounds like a young man. Does it sound like Cavis? No. It sounds like what in your mind you think Cavis sounds like, since you haven't seen him in a long time. But then there's an undertone. It's got that, reverb effect. It sounds like the recording of that Sith Lord you watched on that Datacron, even more distorted. I cannot replicate that with my fucking normal ass vocal cords, so you guys will have to theater of the mind.
You lack an audio team.
Yes. I lack a pre-production and post-production team to add all the effects. And I'm not going to go back and edit this, but like it's speaking with like a weird two-tone. It's kind of, it asks you the question like, perhaps you like to sit back and do nothing, just observe. And the masks kind of stare at you. The bassist is just doing that same few notes over and over again. Burr, 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 burr.
Well, Aramaa regards all three masks in turn. And then just reaches under her bar and gets 3 glasses and pours them each a glass of water and says,
By the way, when you pour the bottle of water, the bottle somehow doesn't get any less empty.
and she serves them. She's like, and she regards them each in turn and's like, no, I don't like hurting people, but I've come to realize that sometimes violence must happen. Sometimes pain is I don't want to say necessary, but the only option available. She then, serves the sad mask and goes on, and yes, it makes me quite sad and upset. Only recently do I realize that I have way less control over things than I thought. I can't be perfect and always have the right answer. It's It's quite frustrating. It's quite frustrating. And, she starts serving the scholar mask, and it's like, so, yes, sometimes I think I have to stop and take a step back and look and think. Unfortunately, this leads to me having inaction, and in that case, she turns back to the demon mask. People get hurt. And then turns back to the sad mask. I get sad. Turn back to the scholar mask. And so I think about it. I don't know if this is some sort of weird loop. What is even happening right now?
You kind of look around, and you in the background you can hear kind of over the baseline there's a rhythmic thumping at the front. It seems in tune with the notes.
Mm-hmm.
You look over, you see you've got some you don't remember the Liquid Sunshine having like giant bay windows looking out there, but you do, huh? You think there's something maybe going on up front.
Mm-hmm. So Aramaa excuses herself from the demon masks and goes over to the
hops the bar, I assume.
Yeah.
Hold on a second, guys. All right, so you walk over to the front and you look out, and outside you just see, a giant blazing jungle. Is it Soheliv? You don't know, but it looks like trees, but also looks like they're made of fire. That's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
But you realize what that thumping is. It's in tune with the beats. But you get there and you realize that outside, hammering on your windows, because apparently you have no front door anymore. And when did you take that out? Is an army of skeletons, perfectly bone white. But when you look at their faces, they don't have like normal skull faces. They have the trademark T-visor of a clone helmet reflecting the fire of the jungle around them, and they're just thumping on your window over and over. At the front of this force, you see an enormous black-cloaked figure. He's so tall. He's got to be at least 2 meters, but he seems huger. You see the faint glint of red in his faceplate, which looks a lot more skull-like than the actual skeletons. In his hand, he's holding a bloody sword. It's so covered in blood that it reflects bright scarlet to you. You can see the fog of his breath emerging regularly, but you can't hear him. He's so close. It sounds like you should be able to hear him breathe. You're kind of contemplating that. You feel kind of a grip on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Turn around.
Yes, I turn around.
All right, you turn around. It's your boy, Demon Mask. He's like, whoa, hey, don't worry about that. That's future shit, okay? You don't go worry. Those are your problems for later, all right? Your problems. He points at you very rudely, like right in your face with a pointer finger, made of fire. It's slightly nettling.
Mm-hmm.
Your problems are already right here on Soheliv. You realize that the basis has stopped playing, and instead it's replaced with somebody humming those same notes. You glance over at the stage. You notice that the person playing the music has been replaced by a female figure, swathed head to toe in white. Just rows and rows of like white scarves and veils. You can't see her face at all. Even her hands are obscured by white gloves, but she's, crooning into the microphone. There's something memorable about this song, something nostalgic. It makes you think about warm summer days, the smell of sweet flowers, soft earth under feet. It makes you just want to let go of everything, let go of all your burdens, and just relax, go to sleep. But there's this little voice in the back of you that's like, no, don't do that. Because you remember the last time when you just wanted to let everything go, when you were lying alone on the soft earth. It's just like, no, there's something dangerous about that. And as you think that to yourself, you notice that whatever's going on with this diva lady, apparently she brought her own security, because there are B2 super battle droids in tuxedos just standing around the stage holding back the shadowy guests of your bar.
Aramaa, oh geez, what do I even do? No,
You're having a weird drug trip moment. You could just stand there and be poleaxed, you know.
no, Aramaa will, look, look towards the window, look towards her bar, look to the stage, and just be like, and she's just gonna mutter to herself, "Oh no, I can't. No, I'm not gonna say that." But it's all like, this is the end. It comes.
Well, that's the thing about endings. It happens to everybody. The important thing is what you do before you get there. Because you got to decide what you're going to be doing before that. He points at the stage lady. And definitely before that, he points a thumb back at the very ominous panorama outside happen. Because stuff is happening while we're sitting here. Time turns for everybody, lady. Just takes a swig of his water. It sizzles all the way down. You also don't know how he did that because he's still wearing. He is nothing but a mask. How does he drink the water? The longer you stand here, the less and less rational this seems.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have any pithy responses to that, I have a perfect closer for this little vision moment.
Oh yes, please.
All right, so you just kind of probably stand there and just like look at him for a little, and then you hear your voice. Hey, what are you doing? You turn over. You see an Aramaa who is different from yourself. This is, in your mind, you know this is Aramaa, the martial artist, the warrior. She's wearing a abbreviated, like, basically like gi, like, you know, abbreviated training tunic, bandages over your eyes, or lack of eyes, as it were. Wearing, you know, wraps around the hands and feet, but you can clearly see the bruises and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Her hair is starting to grow back to about ear length after having recently been shorn very short. And she says, "What are you doing? What are you talking to these guys? Come on. The meeting's already started. Follow me."
Mm-hmm.
Kind of grabs you by the shoulder and leads you away. She leads you to a portrait of a different Aramaa. A huge portrait you definitely don't have hanging in your bar. It's Aramaa in like a very formal corporate style business suit, very high collar, incredibly formal, wearing some kind of weird tech visor thing, you know, because you can't be wearing glasses because you don't have eyes. That would be dumb. And it just says under the portrait, it just says in big blocky letters in basic, "Our founder." And Aramaa the warrior, you know, has you by the arm in one hand, just grabs the side of the portrait, pulls it open, and reveals a secret passage into darkness. And you guys both step into it, and then you are woken by bum 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 bum. It's your little alert. The night shift is over. You've slept for 8 exact hours. It is time to wake the fuck up.
Wow.
Aramaa, she's gonna be a little probably late in the morning because she needs to
Take that in.
take that in. It's like, I was just dreams? You know, needs a long shower.
You may recall some conversations. You know that Cavis occasionally saw the future. He also had some weird trippy dreams.
It's time for a long shower or a long soak in the.
Now, if only I knew for a fact you had brought the Greater Demon Bath with you, because I would love for it to be sitting on your nightstand. But no, you didn't.
No.
It's actually
And
going to be
technically,
funny.
you gave the owl mask to Boots, so
Yeah.
that was weird.
And if you see Boots during downtime, he'll be fucking wearing it.
Because he's a. Yeah.
Boots is just in the cafeteria with his weird owl mask on, showing it to all his clone brothers.
Check this shit out.
I found it in a pyramid.
I've had some, like, you know. It does actually cool things too. Like, I think, like, I was overwhelmed by that whole thing too, because I was trying to, like.
Oh, I've been thinking about that one all week.
So it's like,
while listening to Silverlight by the Coconuts over and over again.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Just timing it out to that baseline.
I don't fully know, like, the 3 masks to remember, because I know, like, there's a layer to everything there, but, like, I can only get the part where it's just like the obligatory like Clone Wars era thing of there is the Great Purge coming ahead with the Reaper and everything, but I don't know what the white figure was.
Oh, I know. Don't worry, I know.
There were some other. If you had decided to like walk up to the stage and see that lady up close, I had some more freaky imagery involved too. But you were like, nope, don't want to do that.
It's more
like I said, like
I
on the sexual label, I understand that. I understand what that is already.
I just didn't hear what the
that may or may not come up, but that was the thing outside. I can say this for the audience at home in case they didn't get it. The thing outside is a very obvious Order 66 illusion. The huge dark cloaked figure is Darth Vader. He's the big V.
Yes.
Reaper Vader, yeah.
With sword freshly caked in youngling blood.
No,
something like that. And then the sinister imagery of the bone white armor of clones. The thing with the singer lady and the fact that the demon mask was like, yo, that's your problem right now. That's related to Aramaa's backstory and the ongoing story of the campaign.
Yeah, the thing about letting go was from Aramaa's previous station and the time she basically came closest to death. So
yeah,
I kind of like the whole bit of you wake up by going back to being Aramaa, the bot boss.
There are also they may or may not show up. I may or may not do that kind of set piece again. There are also other Aramaas. You guys met Aramaa, or Aramaa met Aramaa the warrior. But there might also be, Aramaa the
general.
Yeah, the leader, the socialist, the socialite, the politico, the leader, the general.
The Aramaa who went full in on performer.
There would also be Aramaa, the scholar, the alchemist, the sorceress,
the bartender.
No. Aramaa, the businesswoman, she doesn't really exist. She's not real. That's why she's just a portrait.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of an image, but she's not really a separate person.
It's just a front.
And I know it's not standard, but I kind of like the idea of being like, oh yeah, your bar's kind of on fire, but it doesn't really bother you. Like just letting you know that it's fake dream fire. It doesn't concern you. You don't have phobias about fake shit.
But Aramaa, she does her morning rounds and whatnot. She cancels the morning PT for some odd reason. But she thinks about her masks. She thinks about things, but she's gonna go find Wevu.
By the way, you guys will be probably, assuming this wasn't already on your trip back through hyperspace, you'll probably be departing sometime today. You've got about 48 hours of travel time back. So you got a little bit of loosey-goosey free time.
Loosey-goosey free time. Oh, we can. But I'm gonna locate Wevu. What do you?
Strike while the iron's hot.
Well, like I said, I'm gonna.
Let's see. Marth typed. He says Wevu's either going to be in a room or being healed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I know some of you have some crits. You guys may want to pop down to the medical bay.
Well, if Wevu's being ill, I'm gonna leave a message with Wevu that once we are in to please make some time for me when we are in hyperspace.
Okay.
But but I will spend an hour meditating upon the mind glass. I'm giving this mind glass the side eye. It's like, but so I will spend an hour doing that. Where is my? Did I actually copy and paste it? Did I not? I could have swore I did. Oh, there it is. It is down here. Okay, I just didn't put mine.
I was just about to execute a text search on it.
Yeah. I didn't give it a bold so I could find it easily. Now I did. So it's a hard discipline check.
Yep.
I will meditate and on a meeting offset dream. So B. Yeah, I have my gourd with me. I love my gourd.
The gourd.
Aramaa the sorceress. I never really thought of that way. But now that you make it, she did pick up she has been studying a lot of weird esoteric books.
I would say the images you would have seen of yourself as basically different forms of you are probably not like perfect, right?
Yeah.
Because you haven't thrown yourself that hard into being a martial artist. Ooh. It's not in my notes, but I think the triumph should count as if you rolled with advantage.
Fair enough.
So you
Alright.
get success light pip on all, or is it advantage light pip? No, it's 1 success light pip, I think, on all force talent and force power checks for the next 24 hours.
If the user succeeds with advantage, add. You put asterisk light pip.
Yep, asterisk is in success because
Success.
I can't.
Okay.
Yeah, success light pip.
Success.
Advantage is V, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. To.
Had to double check our nomenclature.
All right. But Aramaa meditates upon the mind glass. She looks at her reflections in the mind glass. She might see hers that are not her, and wonders about this. She contemplates upon the meaning of masks and other such things. But that's it for Aramaa for right now. Other than that, it's gonna be business as usual.
All right. I wanted to make sure that was our setup. I feel like it gives us a nice in-character prompt for why we may want to have certain conversations.
Yeah.
Forces our themes. But some of you are the injured, so if anybody has any crits they want to get healed, you can probably be taking care of that in the medical bay.
Yeah. I have one.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I know Aramaa has the other.
Do you want to have Boots do it, or will a clone medic suffice?
I think I'll have Boots do it.
All right. Brr. Paging Dr. Boots to the OR.
Oh, I see. Well, let's get this over with.
Surgeon
Probably
simulator music all of a
wasn't.
sudden.
Fuck. And here
I
I
don't
was
think it'll
trying
be
to be
that
somewhat
bad.
serious. No. I was trying to do in-character stuff, and then you just threw me off my groove. I'm like, wait a second, shit. No, that's all right. It's all right. Marth, Boots is probably addressing Wevu in, I want to say, a cold manner, but a very disapproving manner.
Yeah, I
Like,
get it.
you know, there's no jokes, there's no nothing. He's just getting this over with.
Yeah. Out of character and character. Well, out of character, I understand that. In character, Webu understands that. She's not actually looking at Boots.
Yep. And
It's
let's
possibly
see,
in for like 5
what
seconds.
crit was that again?
It was, let's see here, it head rainer, so an average. Okay.
All right. You have any wounds currently, Wevu, still, after
I
resting?
have 9 wounds.
All right, he rolled a shitload of advantage. You can remove 6 of those.
Okay. And one more because of accelerant.
So, you
Yes.
know, you
Speak up
apply cold, you know, wrap a cold compress around Wevu's head. You pull some shards from the shard shooter out of her fur and her skin that are still in there, even though it's been a sleep night. Pack the rest in with Bacta. Take 2 antibiotics, call me in the morning.
Yep. Now, you probably don't want me saying anything to you at this specific point in time because I can at least hope to God. Sorry, not God. I can at least hope that you yourself are being your worst enemy right now inside your own head to admonish you, but I'm pretty sure the general has something to say to you, if she hasn't already. But I'll leave it at that because it's not my place.
Webu doesn't respond. She just has this long stare at the wall.
Stare into
Yep.
the middle distance.
Now, I'm not sure how it is for you Jedi people. I would highly, highly recommend, if we have one on here, maybe find someone to talk to, like, you know, a therapist. Because if you got stuff going on, I don't want it to cause any of us to come into harm.
I'm not a psychologist, but
Therapy exists in Star Wars.
It's covered by medicine, probably.
therapy probably exists. But it's a space opera, and watching people on couches is not interesting.
Yeah.
Space couch.
But again, this is just Boots going. That's not a nice situation on anyone. But again, as I said, not my place to be giving you a medicinal professional opinion. I don't know the right words, which is why I said it's not my place. But I'll leave you be.
Alright.
There are some wounds even I can't heal.
Okay, so with that, we will depart from the local pit and go find Aramaa.
Probably let Beckett say anything, but though as a technical note, a brief skimming, there does appear to be some notes of use of the slums. So yeah, there's some kind of mental health knowledge you would expect. Base. All right. I think Lucky's the only other one with a crit. So the rest, Boots and Camo, you're fine. Like in terms of injuries and stuff.
I surprisingly got. You go.
I've got no crits, and after resting, I'm at 1 wound.
All right, so you're probably a little
Yeah, I'm
tired.
fucking fine.
I was surprisingly untouched from the mission.
Yeah, you just had to kill a bunch of dudes.
I am,
Actually, this is a good question though. Camo, what are you doing on your? You got a 48-hour, not a free pass because you're stuck on the ship that's in hyperspace, but you got like a 48-hour roughly transit time. What are you doing?
Before.
Yeah, I was gonna ask because you can't be cruising in the open sky with a jetpack.
Oh yeah, no, like that was something we did before we left, but this is like a dumb thing. It's like I imaged him before we left to go back to Soheliv. Camo probably actually uses jetpack to just fly around in like the desert sky because it's something he's probably got to do for like another year or however long it could be.
Yeah, and you had some R&R time. You could have grabbed that either before you guys even left or while they were.
To be fair, I don't think you'd be able to do that in Soheliv because you'll probably be attacked by whatever predator flies in the sky in Soheliv.
No, there's also way more humid, so it's a very different experience.
You are attacked by the horrifying, flittering crocobat.
You're attacked by flying fish called Flish.
Flying piranhas.
Long fish. But honestly,
the flutterfly croc eagle.
I never really think about what he does sometimes besides, I guess, just doing like weird maintenance checks on things.
Well, yeah, usually it seems like in downtime you craft or you mod, but I don't know if we have anything, obviously.
I don't think there's really else to
downtime
really
trip.
make,
I don't
so
think we got
it's-
anything left to do that.
Yeah, there's nothing left to do there, so we're just kind of, I don't know.
Do you just hide in the engineering deck under tables and fix things? I feel like this might be an interesting exploration, not to get too down in the weeds and put you too much on your back foot. But like, what does Camo really do with this time? Usually he's pretty goal oriented and mission focused. What do you do when it's like, all right, you're stuck in transit, nothing to do?
He likes to be doing something, so usually it's fixing something or making something is usually just how he finds peace. That's really relaxing to him to just kind of change things, I guess, in a weird way. Like from like piles of scrap to actually a working thing. So like weirdly just doing like maintenance checks for like no reason other than it could be done. It's
okay, so and I don't mean this is a value judgment, but Camo is the type of guy who like you sit in your room with all the different modules of your DC-17 disassembled and like see how fast you can strip, clean, and reassemble, and make sure everything works right.
So essentially just Joshua Grahaming up in this bitch, just sitting there reassembling, disassembling your one pistol over and over again.
Well, he was like
His
making
pistol
like
does
over
have a lot
100
of mods and moving parts. He may actually want to like do a check.
He was doing he was making hundreds of those anyway. So, but yeah.
You been, you took some shots this mission. You might, you double check everything. I don't think the Redeemer probably doesn't have like a range, but you can. Well, okay, you have a giant fucking hangar bay that's only still like 2/3 of the way filled. So I don't know if you want to go down a hangar and like shoot cans, that's a different thing. But that's probably against regs to fire blasters inside the ship in transit.
He's probably checking all of the things. He's actually had he's picked up a lot of like small accessories and knickknacks over now. So we actually have a lot of to go through.
Just probably playing around with your sonic scope.
Probably also feeling out the weight of that new staff he's gotten now. So it's like they get the sense of it.
Oof, I'm back.
All right. We were trying to figure out what Camo does with free time.
It's kind of mediocre, really. It's just a lot of like.
No, I mean, it's. Some people may interpret it as sad, but I think, as we've talked about it fits Camo's character perfectly. There's no PT, so you might be able to go down whatever passes for a gym on this thing, and have some free time to practice with your new blade staff.
Yeah, probably.
Twirl it, do a baton twirl.
Kevin was like, he doesn't go out to talk to people, but if people talk to him, he's not gonna stop it. It's just more of like a situation of like he's not gonna like take people's time unless it's a thing he wants to.
While you were gone, Lucky, Wevu had a doctor chat with Boots and got a cold compress and a talking to.
Oh, very well then.
So if you want to have that conversation, I believe everybody is free now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was planning on waiting till we're actually in hyperspace before having the conversation.
Yeah, you're probably underway. Like this was part of our sometime in here you'll get underway. This was part of our my discussion about Camo. Like he literally can't like leave the boat to go get more supplies. What does he do? Okay. Test his stuff.
All right. Well, I will ask Wevu to actually where I guess
where would Aramaa be right now?
Well, fuck it. We'll go. We'll Oh shit! That actually reminds me. Something I meant to fucking ask.
What's up?
I'm trying to remember what my exact question was. Oh yeah, when I'm spending a force power, like I can use like. Oh, excuse me. I can use like say if I was to use my influence power, could I both activate my ability to make a target believe something is untrue, and then additionally, stress that person's mind out?
Yes, those are separate pip spends, but yeah, you can do both. It's just how many pips you have. So you can spend like 1 pip to be like, you could be like 1 pip to be like, you are afraid right now, and then you could dump the rest of your pips on like, and also you take strain, so you're like really afraid,
Okay.
Or stuff like that. And also I believe
afraid.
the way that works is that could also interact with the bare bones social combat rules that are kind of expanded in Genesis, where like inflicting strain is how you do like social damage basically. So you could just use influence to be like, all right, I'm gonna just dump strain on you and also maybe make you like believe something, so we change your mind when we compromise.
Okay, then I am going to quietly buy something real quick here because I wasn't sure. Because I'm about to do something mean to Wevu.
Barring time.
Yeah, but
no. Though I would like to remind you, I don't know to what he bought it, but Marth, did you say Wevu bought some more willpower?
Yeah.
But yeah, where would you be hanging out on the ship?
So probably down in our PT space.
All right, yeah. This is a a military vessel that has the ability to station like a garrison of troops, so there is definitely some kind of gym space.
Mm-hmm.
It's gym. You may or may not see Camo there, bonking, training dummies with his blade stick.
Mm-hmm.
It makes a cool sparking sound if you smack a droid.
Bzz. Alright, but I should have done some a little bit more prep work. But yes, I will ask for Wevu to meet me down at the sparring area. I need to start pulling up some notes here real quick.
You begin with physical conditioning.
Yes, we do.
All right. You're in the physical conditioning room.
First, well, we say if that, but first I would like Wevu to join me in some meditation. Is this a new day? Or are we still on the same day?
Nah, it'd be the same day.
Okay. But still, we must meditate. I must ask Wevu. It's like, so, Sister Wevu, how are you feeling today? I imagine we're both sitting, Seja, on our knees, hands kind of like on our thing, facing each other.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to say right now.
Well, we have, glances at the imaginary chrono. A lot of time, so please, take your time. But, tell me how you feel right now.
Right.
No, literally, Marth, like, literally, take your time, but...
Yeah, I know, I'm just like...
Aramaa will
Just
literally...
In the dead air.
I had a mind
People
fart.
in the video version are just fucked, though.
Fucked!
Yeah, I had a mind fart, yeah.
I know, trust me, I'm having this exact same problem right now. It's like, oh shit, I had all these things, but I don't have any of my fucking notes.
Okay. Okay, so... Right, that's one of the things she was feeling, yeah. Okay. Look at my notes. Okay, so she's just like... let's see here, it's... feel... cold, feeling empty, feeling...
Sure, that's not just the cold compress.
feeling...
It was a point that was raised earlier.
Okay. Feeling... I'm just going to repeat that. Feeling cold, feeling empty, feeling shame.
I'm assuming over the actions with the... I guess they're pirates. They're fucking pirates. Well, pirates?
Would they even be pirates at that point? They were more so bandits, really.
I see.
I brought shame upon people. Not only including you and the clones, but my master and the one who taught me my warrior's code.
Well, you practice a very strange tradition. I'm not one to talk. I will tell you, I am not one to talk at all. But
I was gonna mention this. I was thinking about lightsaber. Aramaa does not practice a lightsaber form. She practices Teräs Käsi and punches people, which is unusual for the Jedi.
A lightsaber is just a defensive tool.
No, it's a can. To Aramaa, lightsaber is just a can opener.
Can't open it, you say.
I think it's fair the defensive elements would fit with the fact that Master Laga was a practitioner of Form 3 Sorasu, which is the defensive form. But like you basically took only the basic bitch lessons of that in like how to parry and reflect, and then we're just like, What about punching people though?
Yeah.
Whereas Wevu originally practiced Ataru, which is the agility style. What's it called?
Yeah.
The
or-
aggression form, the way of the hawkbat. So, and then after the aggression form, Wevu took up the ferocity form, Juyo, which is
It's like the next step in that, honestly.
Well, there's a reason why historically in the old canon, and I think even in the new, because they ported over most of the lightsaber forms anyway, because that was like old school behind the scenes world building that was done in response to like how the choreographers that shit trilogy. But the lightsaber forms stop at Juyo because it's basically like the complete aspect. Like Shien is just how to use a laser bat. Makashi is how do I beat other dudes with laser bats. Sorasu is oh shit, people have laser guns now. What do I do? And then Form V is like, oh hey, I can use the Force to like do double backflips with my laser sword.
And then one's to cut hands off, I think.
Yeah. But we don't really see a lot in this setting, the context Form 5. But Form 5 is that's more complex. That's about counterattacking, both ranged and melee. Most Jedi during this era practice Form 6 Nieman, which is a very synergistic, low-effort form. It involves combining a lot of moves and techniques and katas from the other 5 forms, along with blending use of your force powers. It's called the Way of the Diplomat. It's unlike some other saber forms, it's not very physically intense, so a lot of Jedi practice that of necessity. And then Geo is like, hey, what if I went fucking ham with my laser sword? And most people who do it fall to darkness.
Yeah.
Aramaa
pretty
practices form 0. She just does not draw her lightsaber.
That
like
is
that-
actually,
that
by the way, that is actually a conceptually.
Yes.
Master Yoda has talked about Form 0, the art of knowing when to draw your sword.
And actually, these are points that actually Aramaa will bring up. She will actually go briefly into the history of lightsaber forms and bring up, the weird thing about the Geo Berserker form. It's like, you have been very aggressive in combats lately. Granted, these are constantly battles where our lives are on the line and the lives of others, and honestly, the lives of those we cannot even see. But we went in to that base, and you did not have anything on your mind but slaughtering people. Why, Wevu?
Right. Once again.
Take your time, my dude.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wevu like raises a hand, just clutches her face so it's partially obscured, except for an eye, and she's just like. During the time I heard about the group on the planet, to that time, I was not entirely right in the head. I it made me recall that she's actually a bit shaken right now. Like, recall that day
And it's like, you too carry many wounds upon your heart, do you not?
Yes. Like, as I already I did tell you about that day, but parts of it were from a reoccurring nightmare that I've been having.
Ah, I see. And I think that through these pirates, you were trying to find some answers?
Yes, and
You did not find those
I
answers.
did not find those answers. All I found was that I'm still missing a part of myself. As talked about that I can tell you what happened.
Aramaa will, gesture for Weva to continue.
On that day, my sister and I were on as you already know, on a civilian ship. We had just come out of hyperspace, and that's when the pirates probably found us and attacked. They disabled our ships, not ships. My slip of the tongue. Anyway, disabled our ship and boarded. And when that happened, my sister was in the room with me. She told me to stay there because earlier she went on a bit of a watch to stretch her legs, and thinking about it, she did that multiple times whenever she was on a ship, just get away. Sometimes I was with her, sometimes not. This time I was not. But after fire started, or how I realized, I did not realize they were pirates because now I'm messing up again.
That's fine.
Okay, I started hearing distant screams. Civilian, which, as I found later, I'll say that later, but after a bit, one of the pirates came into my room with a drawn weapon, looking to, I guess, pillage whatever was in my room, or in the room I was staying in. But though my master, or the one who would become my master, and don't know how or why she was there, but she took out the pirate before the pirate could inflict harm upon me. And then she told me to follow her, which I did. And I happened on the side of dead bodies as we moved by a few rooms. And we joined up with her Padawan at the time. And they just kept me with them as they worked on protecting those there and of those who are still living, and they eventually were able to drive the pirates off. But in the aftermath, we couldn't find my sister Ku, nor what she left in her room. The room that we were staying in. And yeah, that's what happened. And my master decided to take me in as someone to look after. And that's about it on her. Yeah.
Yeah, so Aramaa will bow low in apology and said, "Thank you for sharing with me, Sister Wevu. It probably was not easy to remember such dark things. But I think it's important that we bring this up. Say, come, let us spar."
We begin with physical conditioning. I've been trying to I've actually been kind of working in the background thinking is there a good Zen cone for this situation? Not really. There's a lot, but I don't think there's anything that has any good lines that fit thematically with this.
By the time I think bodies are brought up, I had several lights put back on because I felt like it really fit the whole.
Yeah, I think I made this more realistic instead of things blowing up, etc., etc.
I mean, I'll be real. This reminds me of things of later seasons of the Clone Wars, where it actually kind of gets this kind of emotional and depressing.
Yeah,
kind of real.
Yeah, there are definitely some darker tone episodes.
I can also say that her eye was sort of visually shading, just moving around.
You were expecting a kid show, but surprise, depression.
I mean, the last season kind of just
Good
goes that
soldiers follow order. Also, yes, no, if you watch the final season, there's a fucking silent orchestra shot as they bury as Ahsoka and Rex bury a shitload of clones and leave their helmets behind, and then they fuck off, and then Big V comes.
Or even the big scene with involving, I think it was the Fives or Rex trying to expose the conspiracy and then get shot for it.
I believe it was Fives. Yeah, that's good soldiers follow orders.
But
and then they unmurder Echo. Anyway,
so we will start going through just some basic things, and Ara will merely talk about how a lot of the times when she has too much on her mind, she will just simply move her body and try to work through some things. And so she'll
might have a Zen cone.
Okay.
And then remark upon these things. But then Armand's gonna turn the conversation into as we do light sparring. How even though we do things in dust, we must at times pay for what we have done. And Arma's gonna get she's gonna release some bloodthirst.
Okay.
And this is Arma screaming fucking Wevu, clench your teeth. And
break those teeth?
Yep. So Wevu, what is your discipline score?
Discipline score is 3 yellow, 1 perp.
3 yellow,
One
1
green?
purple? 1 green?
Yeah.
3 yellow, 1 green.
So that
Yeah,
becomes
3
red,
yellow,
red,
1
red,
green.
yellow. Or not red, 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 yellow. Red, 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 green.
All
Purple.
right.
Fuck. I can't do colors.
Right.
I'm busy thinking about the Zen cone of the teacup.
All right.
No more will go in. Like this cup, you are full of your own opinions and speculation. How can I show you Zen unless you empty your
There's
cup?
a very weird line between Zen and, I guess, indoctrination.
Not really. So the thing about Zen cones I've explained before is they're technically nonsense. Like, there's no answer to a Zen cone. Like, technically, what is the sound of one hand clapping is a Zen cone. It comes up a lot, actually, in other teaching stories. But the point is not for you to actually solve the riddle of what's one hand clapping, whether that's nothing or... I did it for the audio people. But it's more like... It's about, like, it makes you think about the universe. Spending a point, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Perfectly balanced as all things should be.
Well, like I said, Arma's like I'm also spending my once ascension non-diverse. I am going to smack Webu with every single bit of the force I can.
Oh boy.
So
Drop a big old force stun.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like a moment of Camo just kind of seeing this in the distance.
God damn it.
Someone made a fucking gif
Yes.
of the
Not
shitty,
right now, Not
shitty
right now.
paid animation.
I mean, I don't think it's a shitty animation. It's just not. It's a really out of place animation because that fight is animated and fluid as fuck, which takes so much effort. It just looks really weird.
What was it? Oh yes, but I had 2 success.
So it's an opposed discipline v discipline.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm trying to remember because I've stacked bonuses upon bonuses here. So
yes, this is a force power check. So you add a free success and a free light pip, which I think is yes,
okay.
L.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so
Yes, audience at home. I do occasionally just basically like yell out symbols to the dice bot to see if that's the correct symbol.
okay, I think I have my jug and that, but okay, let's see if this works. Sir,
You hit destiny, not roll.
I'm dumb. Copy. I want this to succeed because this will be very thematic. But I guess it's up to the dice. But let me double check this again.
I mean, there's also there's potential for how many pips.
Yeah.
Okay, you succeed, and you have 12 light pips to pick from, and also 6 dark ones. Keep in mind, remember the rule of influence is if you spend any dark pips on the power, it can only be for dark emotions.
What's your strain threshold?
Uh,
Who am I fucking kidding? I'm gonna spin them all.
Yeah. Well, without her armor on is 18.
Let's see here. So I could do it with less, but I think the feeling I'm gonna give you is negative anyway. So fuck it. So I will take 6 conflict. Spend another Destiny Light point.
Also take 6 strain.
And I will take 6 strain myself. As I do not actually strike you, but I look like I come in for the strike, and I'm gonna do the fucking...
Is it sort of like the Phantom Strike, like Mind's Eye thing?
Kind of. Like,
I'm imagining it's got to be you go for the grab or you do the fake out.
Yeah, so with 1 point of influence using the dark side, I am going to give you the emotion of you're about to fucking die.
All right. That lasts for I believe 5 minutes in narrative time, and you're not spending any additional pips for duration or anything, right?
Nope. But it's not going to last that long because I am going to stress out your mind with the remaining.
So that'll be you have 17 pips left.
Yeah, I bought the control upgrade to I do 2 points of strain per
Ooh.
pip.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. So that'd be. So you're spending all remaining 17. So
Yep.
that's. I think the rules technically cap it like over half your strain threshold or something, but that's. So. This 2 is 34. All right, Wevu, you suffer 34 strain. You are incapacitated.
Yeah.
I think the last thing you see before you black out a little bit is just Arama's fearsome tiger claw hand, and then just inky blackness.
Yeah, just stays over that.
Mm-hmm.
One over only.
Yeah, you don't take a crit or anything.
Yeah.
I have a vision.
Yeah, strain
I
doesn't
think with that
fix
much
it.
strain, it's definitely like probably like a pass out.
Mm-hmm.
You were sparring,
Yeah.
so you could take a little nap.
Mm-hmm. How long does it take for? It takes a long rest, right? And it just all goes away?
Yes, technically a long to recover that many. Like it doesn't have to be like a full night's of sleep, but like you need to rest for like several contiguous hours or like have like a hearty meal or something. So yeah, no, well, we're gonna take a nap for a little bit.
Okay. Well,
I just think it's
anyway,
Yeah.
well, she's not because I have the water of life. I'm going to use one of them on her. But for a little while, though, Aramaa is going to put Webu's head in her lap and just sit with her for a bit. So
I think it's relevant that so you probably don't have your normal recurring nightmare. Your weird inky black stress dreams are probably not very nice because Wevu just dumped 6 dark side pips worth of influence into you. But it's not your usual recurring nightmare.
Yeah. You said.
You possibly dream of iron hands clamping around your skull or something,
Right.
or being attacked by wild animals in a deep dark jungle, or eaten by a kaiju again. But
Right.
very normal stress dreams as opposed to kind of your recurring childhood trauma issue.
Yeah.
But after like a couple hours, I will give.
Okay, a couple hours. I was gonna say, so you're gonna wait like basically the 5 minutes for the emotion to wear off, or you're gonna give it a couple hours?
I'm gonna give it a couple hours. Like I said, I did something very, very harsh. So
I'm not gonna give you any additional causing emotional pain, blah blah blah, because to do that you already took the 6 conflict anyway.
But
to activate your powers that way. But yeah.
But I will reflect upon my actions. I will be sad.
Your hands, by the way, that are touching Wevu feel like ice cold.
I will think
like she is warm, but you are like, wow, why are your hands so cold?
But after a couple hours, I will give Wevu one of my waters of life, which just heals everything.
You heal all your wounds and strain.
Yes.
I would like to say at some point during the Camo's just standing in the background, just that's interesting.
Wow.
I definitely though think of like there's got to be a moment where you're just like maybe it's just before you decide to use the water, like you're just minding your own business, man, your hands are cold, and just in the back of your mind you hear that fucking bass riff again. You're like,
No, I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about those masks. Those masks are constantly on my mind now. Just But I will, gently administer the water of life. I mean, she is unconscious, so I gotta kind of make her drink it. But
all right, Wevu, you heal all strain and all wounds.
Okay.
But
Wait.
it's
Yeah.
it's like my punishment to you was I made you feel what all those pirates felt right before you cut them down.
Ah, the pain of empathy.
And so this is what I'm saying as you're still in my lap. That's one of the things.
Okay.
It's like, but other than that, I think there's nothing more to be said here. Despite who we must always keep going forward. We must always try to better ourselves. And eventually, everything will come to an end.
Right. I do have, I guess, one thing to ask of you. Well, actually, two.
I've put you through something.
Maybe three? No, actually, two.
It's like, did I hit? I know I didn't actually hit you, but did I hit you too hard or something, Wevu?
No.
Okay.
First, I want you to promise me something. If I ever fall to the dark side, I want you to personally take me out.
You must destroy me before I hurt anybody.
And two, we never actually. We haven't had a chance, or I haven't had a chance to ask you to continue where you left off of your backstory. Where was it after you're talking about your family or something, or being picked up by the Jedi?
Well, I guess we have a little bit of time for a story. But to your first thing, no, Wevu. I will not promise to destroy you. I will promise to stop you. I will promise to incapacitate you.
And that is acceptable.
There, by the way, because we were asking about, is there therapy in space? This came up when Boots was talking to Wevu, because Boots' stance was, I'm not a therapist, but Cox gun. There is a built-in detention center. There's basically Jedi jail in the Jedi Temple. There is an asylum component. So yes, hypothetically, there is a space prison for which to lock up Jedi who go crazy. I suspect it's not seeing a lot of use right now.
Like, everyone makes mistakes, Wevu. The only time you cannot make up for those mistakes is when you're dead.
Yes.
But as for me, it's been so long. I've had so much going on in my mind. I can't actually remember where I left off on that story. Well, you've seen my back, have you not, sister? The burns, the scars. You've seen.
Yes.
You've seen my aversion to fire and whatnot. Well, if we're gonna share traumas, like, after I became I think I mentioned this. Miraluka, we're known to have strong connections with the Force, so a long time ago, there was actually a lot of us as Jedis. But, we never necessarily were.
Almost like one of the races you could pick if you played a Jedi and what?
But as times go on, our people became less prosperous and we find more ourselves in the stars and whatnot. Like I said, it was fortunate that I was picked up. Like I said, we was taking the Ilum. I did my training with Master Lago. We talked a lot. We thought a lot. We fought a lot. But, things were usual. But unfortunately, this whole war started. And they needed field commanders. So some protocol was ignored. Some lines were skipped, and I lost my braid early. They gave me
very, very common. In case we haven't made that clear.
Yeah. They basically let me hang around with a few other generals to get the idea of what to know, and they gave me my first assignment. What was the name of the planet? I can't remember. Fuck.
It's in my notes.
It's somewhere. Anyway.
It's pronounced Sericus, but I will get the actual spelling for you.
I was assigned to the planet Sericus, a very lovely planet. Warm earth, soft sunlight, good breeze, fields of flowers. It was quite a lovely place. Unfortunately, like many other worlds in our galaxy, it was being consumed by the fires of war. Now, be one young, brand new Jedi thinking she's way too cool for this world, and decides that she's going to, solve all these problems. Long story short, I did not solve all these problems. I only made more. I made many friends. I lost many friends. I turned some of my friends into my enemies, and I made a lot of enemies. I was young.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
Oh,
My
what happened?
audio has died.
Oh no!
Oh
Is there
no!
like my drivers just update in the middle of the night? Okay, this is a whole process, guys. Okay, so my audio driver is exploded. That means I think I gotta go check for a new one. I have no audio. There's only the. Oh yeah, my recording is just stopped because the speaker loopback doesn't work. All right, well that's a convenient. So.
No,
So.
Can it make
Good
it?
luck
I
with
leave
the
listen
recording.
on. I guess I do. Yeah, there's no audio recording because my speaker setup for audio
Usually you
playback doesn't
can't,
exist.
'cause-
So
Okay.
I guess they need to take a $5
All right, I'll pause.
and
Okay.
update my audio drive.
And I have hit the button. We have started again.
Okay.
All right, I will resume audio. Save the
Yeah.
project file. Okay. So my my headphones and my computer got into a little of a fight. I have resolved it for now. If it goes again, we might have to just call it a night because that'll be another like 15 minutes of me unplugging and replugging things and restarting the computer. But we're good for now. It's okay.
Yay!
Okay.
All right.
Knock
Who
on
shall-
wood.
So
now.
where the audio version left off was basically in between Aramaa's sentences somewhere in the talking about her backstory, but that was I don't know, like 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago for us in real time. So
I can keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm using the-
wherever you guys feel comfortable picking back up.
Like I said, I'm honestly using the power of abstraction. It's like, yeah, stuff happened here in the place, but
Things.
yeah, things. But Aramaa basically looks to the overhead of the ship, the gunmetal gray. I don't know what the color the top of the ship looks like now. But then looks back down at Wevuguk at her lap, and it's just like, and there was a battle, a coup, if one could call it. The natives of the planet, they were kind of split into factions of the time. One was, expressing cooperation with the Republic, while the others were, wanting to throw their lots in with the Separatists. They were a very fiercely aggressive kind of people, I want to say. Made beautiful fabrics. Very lovely cities. Very culturally rich. But also could be, also very, very aggressive, especially when it came to defending their home. And at one point, one got so defensive that they overthrew the other. And we were pitched into a very, very bloody battle. At the time, I had tried to marshal our forces and throw them against the enemy, but the enemy was way too prepared. This wasn't like Soheliv, where I basically integrated myself in every level, made sure the people were happy, make sure the military was happy. No, I was just there. I was just a Jedi general who just, sat around, yelled orders, maybe fought some battles, did not much else. So when that time came, all I had were the clones at my side. And I sent them into battle. I threw them against the enemy. And they did not make it. Soon enough, I was on my own, trying to fight. And I lost. They used flamer droids, they used missile droids, they used armor. Thanks. Honestly, like if I had done a better job, infant gallery, maybe, talk to some people more, might have saw it coming, but no, I got completely blindsided. And I paid for it. Something I learned is droids don't really necessarily care about shooting into their own ranks. He said, take several blasters and a flamer to the back, and you learn that lesson very quick. I don't know if it was good fortune or maybe some faulty circuit that they didn't actually off me when they did. Left dead in a field of my own wounds. The world burning around me. Smell of death. the feel of the earth beneath me. It's something. Wevu. It's something.
There is also one more detail we've talked about that you kind of mentioned it as well, but also was kind of important. Was the other thing was that the locals were very much not above using their own partisan forces as basically guerrilla levies.
Yeah.
And you may or may not want to mention to Wevu that you have probably been attacked by some literal angry peasants with farm implements in your time.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm trying to keep the details.
Focus the story. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And like I said, I lay near death. And I broke. I broke a little bit. I did not want to do this. I did not want to fight. I did not want to kill. I did not want to do. I did not want to live. I just did not want. I had had pain, suffering, betrayal, abandonment, all of that in a very bloody battle, and they couldn't happen it. Couldn't have it. But a rescue came. They took my battered and broken body. They threw me in a back-to tank for, oh geez, I don't even remember how long. But unfortunately, a lot of the damage on my back had been permanent. Well, I had gone too far that they couldn't heal it fully. And of course, I had some mental scars. This is when Master Lago stepped in. He mentioned that the Soheliv was actually, for all intents and purposes, quite peaceful. A battlefront, and he could use someone to help run the more day-to-day bits of it. And that's where they sent me. Master Lago. Aramaa actually does just kind of trail off here at this point as she, recollects. But then Master Lago just didn't say anything then and just said and just told me that do my best, and my burdens are my burdens. Gotta learn to live with them. And so at the point is where I got to Soheliv. I decided at first I wasn't sure what I was gonna do, but meeting more people, meeting all sorts of people, and maybe actually trying to talk to people, let me change a bit, change the way I thought, and here we are.
I see.
Mm-hmm. Does that answer your question, Wevu?
Yes.
Right. Now...
By the way, there was totally like a slow zoom pan. The background music like faded until all you could hear was like fire and guns and screams while she said some of that monologue. And then we go back to normal.
Yeah, so I did have one thing to, I guess, wind back to. So that was something I was just like, oh, wait, I forgot this little part that I should have said.
No, go for it.
Okay, so this was going places at just before the story, so it doesn't seem out of place.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll just like, it was probably just letting like, probably should try, and she'll probably just say something along the lines of, probably should tell you what my code is, and she'll go into, like, I has taught me by my sister, I should never, in an honorable fight, should never turn my back to my opponent or enemy / opponent. I should never be dirty in a fight. No underhandedness. Any final request from my opponent if they were honorable, shall be honored. Any allies who fought honorably shall have their last requests fulfilled as to the best of my ability. If there are any non-combatants in the area, I'll make sure they get out, or if not, I'll place myself in front of them. If the last thing one should do as a warrior is destroy another's weapon, for that cast dishonor on one who broke the weapon. And never abandon an ally unless it is impossible to get to them. And finally, if my opponent decides to use weapons where they have to attack me from a distance, I will follow suit. If they want to make me clash, if they want to clash blades, you shall clash blades with them.
Seems seems you have a strong warrior spirit, Wevo.
I guess turns and then we can outline 4 here. And then she'll
But Aramaa will kind of tap Wevu to get her off up her lap. And get to her feet.
Okay. So yeah.
But excuse me. Aramaa will be like, although it wasn't my intention, I learned some things about the battle at that bandit base, and I will be reflecting upon them and thinking about them going forward. And it's like, I already know that you are doing so as well.
Yeah.
I have something I think that'll be very important for you. It's back on Soheliv, but I think it'll be... Remember I was talking about the... Because I have a collection of masks, you see. You remember me speaking of the Greater's Demon Mask?
Not entirely. My mind must have been
You're preoccupied.
Drifting.
Basically, it's an object of, I don't know. No, it is what it is. An object of darkness. But I'll be giving it to you. Because in these times, I think you might need something physical to remind you of what you do not want to become.
Oh. Yeah. It is. I'll accept that.
Good. It is up to you if you decide to wear it or not. But every time you look upon it, I wish you to remember what we have talked about, what we have learned about, and what we're going to do about it. Sound good?
Sounds good.
I love how cheery you get at the end. Sound all right?
Just like negative, reflection, suddenly positive.
That's Aramaa.
Just like, wait, where did just like suddenly bright, cheery music everywhere?
I was like, well, no, that's because Aramaa has that's Aramaa's closing statement. It's like, we done? Hey.
Yeah.
All right. And she's gonna look at the clones looking in at us and be like, oh, you guys seem unbusy. Let's do some PT. And she's gonna go
No,
terrorize.
I thought it was cancelled. Flee! Stop, Montgomery.
It's like all the clones are just like, hey, no, we have to do some paint job on like Deck 5?
I'm literally picturing that bit from John Mulaney. Wait, he tells a story of someone smashing a bottle on the ground. He's like, scatter!
Yeah. Scatter! It's the one thing you can't replace.
All right, but I'm done with that scene.
Yeah.
God, sorry. I'm trying to look for like good aesthetics for like the mask and stuff, and I'm just scrolling through helmets, like dark side helmets from Tor, and like some of them are like, yeah, this is fine. For instance, like this thing. This is, like as a full body spooky Sith helmet. That's good. Nice. And some of these are pretty normal. There's way too many just Bane masks.
Of course.
And then you've got like some weird art house shit. Like, look at this. Look at this thing.
What?
Look at that.
Yeah, that's
weird
very
thing.
Those are some MMO masks, yes.
Actually, not gonna lie, it looks like a fucking Destiny helmet.
Yes, but that's Destiny's aesthetic though. Look at that. What the fuck is that? Like
I have become the Starfighter.
No, he's a fucking thermometer. That's what he fucking is.
Or this motherfucking collector ass hat.
Okay, yeah, but let's be honest. For people who have played KOTOR 2, the Mask of Dark Nihilus is a good one.
Oh yeah, Nihilus's mask is solid. I
Yeah.
like it. There's a lot of like clones of that too.
Yeah.
No, I think there are some interesting things. It would definitely be more in the like I think like the Hanaya, but with like the color scheme of the Dark Nihilus mask. Like definitely it reaches down to cover the full face.
That last one you posted.
Yeah, that weird gross collector looking thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, it gets worse, Loth. Look at this Hellraiser shit.
No. Oh!
That looks
What Sith? Not
Or-
Sandinistas.
You could be an evil space nun.
evil space nun.
Thanks,
I
Sith
think the evil
Inquisitor.
space nun actually looks way better.
Yeah.
Go
I
for
would
it.
not want to be walking around with that fucking Hellraiser hat. Anyway, we're done talking about masks. So
Yeah.
you guys have plenty of time to rest up in your 48-hour journey back.
Yes.
We've kind of established any there. Is there, if anybody needs to like talk to anybody else or like practice any of their new skills they've picked up, whatever, now's the time. Otherwise, we're gonna, meander on back.
That's meat.
I don't necessarily. Well, like I said, I actually need to get a checkup. Because, unbeknownst to you, because Boots, I'm not a clone, but I still have 6 wounds. So I'm gonna go get a doctor in.
And you do still technically have your crit, I think.
Do I? Yeah, I do. I forgot what crit it was,
Okay.
though.
It doesn't matter because I think it was the one that only lasts for the encounter. But
Yeah.
that's it.
Let me scroll up.
How do I call up the character table?
Yeah,
okay.
it's just careless. It doesn't matter.
You should reset the thing that says you're incapacitated.
Yeah.
You have crit 82. I appear.
Which is still an average.
Does that tell me what it is? No, it rolls crit. Okay.
Yes, it was the crit that
but
sent me flying into a wall.
Yeah.
Then I got up, was like, everything's okay. I'm okay.
Yeah. So you have an average crit, and you have some wounds.
This
So
was winded, yeah.
you're gonna go down to medical and go see Dr. Boots.
Yep.
Paging Dr. Boots to the OR.
God damn it! I just started drinking this.
Welcome to the life of a doctor.
What was drinking the back to Celia drink?
It'll heal you.
No. Okay.
Aramaa is now just double checking everything she pours to make sure it actually leaves the container. This is your totem from Inception. You make sure that water you pour is actually leaving the vessel. It's not just infinite.
Yeah.
The basic thing on the top is just an interesting one, because that's variable.
As I'm waiting for Boots, I just have a glass and I'm just pouring the liquids back and forth.
It does not form an infinite Ouroboros of water.
You do not.
Perpetual motion water.
You just swish your gourd around a little and like, you doing okay, Gordy? Swish, swish. All right, the gourd is good.
Thanks, Gord.
You're welcome.
My gourd, it is a foundation of solidarity to me. Actually, it literally is. It gives me success advantage on all discipline checks.
Yeah, no, your magic gourd is important. All right. Anyway,
So,
you.
the
Sorcery
crit
gourd.
is
Actually, that's what my-
average.
Actually, no. I'm gonna call it a gourd of sorcery. I think that makes more sense. Yeah. Where's my gourd? You gonna stress me out?
I think that's appropriate. You got a lot of stress.
All right.
Yeah, take 2.
All right.
You're just Aramaa is just covered in bruises and also all those old injuries, but right now the bruises.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of all right. Lay on your back. Don't punch anybody. Here's your ice pack. So the crit is stricken, but you probably have to spend a lot of time chilling, with an ice pack on your stomach and not doing anything. It's very stressful.
Yeah, but I have 6 wounds and 8 strain now.
Now, if you want to get those wounds taken care of, Boots can attempt a different check.
I can.
I'd appreciate it if you would.
I assume that is below half? 6?
Yes.
All right, so it's an E medicine check to heal. And don't forget your however many boost dice from your medicine rock.
Rock.
Oh yes, the rock.
I love voice of Kara says, "Hello, I am the game master." That's how the game starts. I'm like, "Oh no, I love this already." Oh,
yeah, it's nice. I'm down with the demo. All right, so that's 3 plus 2 ranks of surgeon.
Yep. Can I use the triumph for anything, or?
Well, if she still had the crit, that would handle that. But no, it's 5 wounds, 4 strain.
All right, cool. That actually brings me down because of rapid. Wait, no. Other things, yeah, no, brings me down to 0 wounds and 2 strain. Okay. So I'm just strained from having to sit around. Lovely.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, but I guess I will take a nap in the medical wing.
All right. You don't have any more freaky dreams while you nap. You just, have your normal PTSD flashback dreams of like burning trees, people yelling and screaming.
You look at that, it's like, comforting. I remember this.
Images of a crazed person attacking you with a vibro rake and a clone, doing the president dive in front of you. Watch out, General. You have to fight Killdozer.
Oh no.
I don't know if anybody remembers that. That was actually a thing. A guy like weaponized a fucking bulldozer and like went on a rampage once. Very infamous.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, no, it was actually a story. I remember that. It's
Yeah.
because the city council was being fucking dick to him. So he said, "Well, okay, fuck you guys."
Yeah. So he squished some houses but he wrote Killdozer. So that's like one of the many forms of technical military vehicle now that is recognized is a Killdozer. If you weaponize a tractor. And there are rules, by the way, for weaponizing civilian vehicles. So, Anyway, Aramaa has great, pleasant dreams. You guys cruise through hyperspace. Much hyperspace hum noise.
Such wow.
Many a clones do many a laps up and down the giant hangar bay you have installed. Camo thinks about spending his time shooting cans down the length of the hangar bay, but decides not to this time.
Maybe next time.
Had a very weird moment considering. I don't know, but just considering what. I think I used like the Doctor Strange gift of like. I think I saw General Aramaa punch like the consciousness.
Punch Wevuguk's soul out. Yeah,
Yes.
it's kind of what it looked like.
It's like, I think I'm gonna go read something.
Camo, are you sure you
I've decided I've had enough sparring for today. I can't. There's a level of martial arts here that I cannot achieve. I'm gonna go back to my room and read. This shit's too weird. I'm gonna take my blade stick and go home.
I don't get paid enough for this.
All right. So you guys meander on back to Soheliv. You know, you have your lovely entering real space, you know, makes the little pop, snap, crackle, pop noise. You guys are, you know, standing near a convenient window and look out. You see that lovely blue-green, foggy-ass Soheliv ball just floating there, menacingly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you guys cruise by within sight distance of your you know cadre of cruisers in orbit. You can wave as you by, and you redock with Soheliv Science Base, Outpost Soheliv.
Yeah.
So, number one, you have stolen ? This, you know, hot rodded freighter thing, hot rodded light transport. What are we doing with this?
You know, this is looking at Wevu.
I would like to set the
Shove
scene. I
the-
would like to imagine that, you know, you're docking on Soheliv, you're rolling down the ramp, and all four of you are just standing under the salty slattern, looking up at the nose art, which, as we've established, is, you know, the naked silhouette of a Twi'lek, and the word salty slattern.
Okay. Scrub the ownership of this thing and register it to me.
Okay.
Keep it in a separate hangar.
All right. They'll duck it somewhere down there.
Ah, your problem now.
All right.
All right. So somebody sets to the paint sander.
Make sure you remember.
Oh yeah, probably remove his name and the Twi'lek, but that's it on the salty slattern.
There definitely, I think, will be some clones will probably be observing and taking some notes. It is actually established through the Clone Wars, and some like concept art in both. In that, yes, there are nose arts, lat gunships and stuff.
Mhm.
So somebody probably be taking some notes, like I said. But they cleaned it off. They go over there. Yeah, you might want to go through the steps of redoing the registry.
Yeah.
That's a official process you can go through. That'll probably just take some time.
All right.
That
Oh,
also means you'll have to
okay.
come up with an official story explaining how you got this vessel that is registered under the Salty Slattern, unless you want to go illicit, break some rules. There's systems for subverting the Bureau of Ships and Services, hacking in a new transponder. You know some guys who are good at that.
We do. I don't know, like.
Hey, Booth!
Literally, it's the other
Solicitor?
two-player
No.
characters because it's like computers and
I
skullduggery
don't
shit.
think Webu.
So
I don't think Webu would do illicit shit.
Well,
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Aramaa is actually thinking about it. It's like,
yeah, you guys could just like pump and dump the fucking transponder code and like install a new one. That would require like fabricating a fake history of this ship. Or you could just go to Bureau of Ships and Services and say, "Hey, we acquired this."
probably not.
No, it was unloaded. You guys do actually
Okay.
discover the smuggling compartments because you were overpacked with clones.
Oh yeah,
So
but
they became the
we talk
snuggling
about that.
compartments.
Aramaa will go. Oh well, don't worry about the transponder cone stuff. I'll get that stuff all handled.
I know a guy who knows a guy who may know another guy.
Webu just like gives Aramaa a look and just like nods her head. No questions asked.
Aramaa looks like the epitome of innocence and understanding right now, and there's no way of
Like-
thinking of making backup plans for backup plans.
Web was definitely not thinking
Yeah.
about, that time she saw Aramaa glow with the soul of a white tiger or something. You called it your anime battle aura, and a giant blue dragon shot out of your fist and through her brain or anything.
But
It's
no,
like-
but I'm gonna definitely be like pull Boots and Camo aside. It's like, hey, go talk to some people and see about spoofing some transponders codes.
Okay.
Boots responds with okay. Camo responds with crack
Like-
knucks.
Mm-hmm.
Question mark? Okay, sure.
It's like it's for.
Just tell him it's on a need-to-know basis.
It's just in case. Let's call it a need-to-know basis, Boots. As Aramaa thinks about the fucking, the bleach fucking clone troopers. And
Yeah,
fucking-
the skeletons wearing clone trooper helmets banging on the door of your soul. Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
And
Knocking on hell's door.
yeah.
Might be trippy.
I mean, I was going to say, a need-to-know basis if I'm doing something I'd like to know, but I guess, all right, then let's look into transponder codes and all that nonsense.
Jesus fucking Christ, you gonna make me pull rank on you, Boots?
No, what? I just said I'd do it.
Yeah, but you're back talking me about it.
Is
back
this I don't feel like this is an official thing. This feels more like a favor.
Oh. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it.
I would like to throw out that I have double-checked. In the holocron, it does say that alterations and falsifying IDs or transponders does fall under special uses of skullduggery. So you may want to specifically be talking to your Spooky Man clone.
Ah. All right.
Yeah, he won't backtalk you.
Yeah, no. I guess I don't have to rely on anything but healing me, I guess, Boots.
Fair.
Camo.
Yes, General.
Like, this is on a need-to-know basis, but I need you to basically fabricate a nice, clean registry and transponder code for this ship. Can you do that?
Power transmission. Gotcha.
Thank you, but Camo. God damn it.
Did you do something again this time?
The what?
Did you do something again this time?
Aramaa just kind of looks upwards and just...
Boots just stands in there with his medical roll, unfold, and it's just like, this is my scalpel. This is my like he's just, I'm a doctor.
This is all I'm good for.
I think
I'm
that's
a
how we.
simple doctor.
I think that's
Hello,
how
fellow
we-
clone. Do you need healing?
And it's like, every time I think about giving him additional responsibility outside what he is, he just kind of...
Makes you
Aramaa
regret it.
Yeah. And well, he's good at healing, so might as well just leave him to that. But, Cam, like I said, I need you to do this. I need you to keep it on the down low, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
Since we're thinking about it, if you wanted to take some time and go ahead and do that right now, that is actually an average skullduggery check to edit the transponder on the vehicle. You
All right.
may need a little back-end time to actually falsify a paper trail, but for now you can just literally climb up the ramp and jiggle some switches.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I believe also you can buy alternate transponder codes as
Yeah.
well.
I
as
will
shipment.
I will probably alter it and I'll probably mention it to General after the fact of being like you also could probably buy a false paper trail.
You can talk to somebody who may know about this thing.
You might
A guy who's I got a cousin in the Bureau of Ships and Services.
someone who actually has a paper trail you can fake it so you don't have to worry about an actual paper trail.
Now,
That's not
here's the important thing. Aramaa did not specify what she wanted the transponder switch to, and Camo, you were switching the transponder. So,
Mhm.
what is the ship going to be called?
Oh God, names.
Do it.
My worst
Yeah,
enemy.
you're the one. You're the one typing in the new name.
Yeah.
I want
What's
to
it
call
gonna
it. I want to call it. I want to call it the Hot Getaway 0.5.
No.
but I can't.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make. That's as much as I love the reference. That doesn't make any sense, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I do actually recall, since we're talking about it, I do believe there was a moment when like Aramaa, like we joked about Aramaa handing Boots a computer manual.
Yeah.
I think I remember that being a thing.
Oh, so I have a very dumb one. The Scorching Retreat.
Scorpion retreat.
The
No,
Scorching Retreat.
Scorching retreat. No, let's get away from.
Sorry.
rogues.
I was thinking the Scorpion Retreat sounds like a nice hotel for scorpions.
You know, he said scorching. I think.
Yeah.
Scorching.
But we
I thought,
could- I
I
mean,
thought
we
you
could do-
said Scorpion, is what I was.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, yes.
Oh, did I say scorpion? That sounds about right.
Yes.
And then I'm like,
Yes, Scorpion.
usually it takes like a day for me to think of good, actually decent names. So
You got some time to think on the project. Make your roll.
I'll make the roll and I'll get back to you on that. We'll probably try
You can dramatically reveal later what you typed in when another character asks you, "Oh yeah, what did you change the transponder code to?"
Yeah, so
The cool run-ins, 5 success. Yeah. With that many success, I like to imagine Camo just walks up the ramp, pulls down a keypad, boop, 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 throws the keypad up, and it's taken care of. Walks down the ramp, grabs some random clones. Hey, scrub that off. That's not what it's called anyway. What is it called? I'll tell you later. Need to know.
Need to know.
And they're just like, oh, this goddamn oxen that need to know spec ops bullshit.
I could see a joke. I remember when like some of my old arcs in like the academy, when we had to go like a test excursion, had to like do this to like make fake identities for like an actual like incursion job. This is easy.
Yeah, arcs occasionally do deep cover shit because you guys, if you take off the hats and you like grow out your facial hair and your hair, you guys look like regular humans. So
Also, sometimes in some planets you're always wearing like masks and stuff, so it's easy to hide.
Yeah. All right. Well, importantly, as the rest of you trundle on back to your offices, homes, buildings, Aramaa probably pops in the bar to make sure it's actually not on
Yeah,
fire.
no, I was about to say it's all like just double check. Just double check. It's like, everything okay here? Everything okay? They're like, yeah, boss, everything's fine. What's up? Nothing.
One of the beer taps is still a little sticky. Still haven't got that fixed. I'll work on it.
Mhm.
But you guys discover that you have some invitations.
Gasp.
So you knew this was coming, but invitations have been passed to. First of all, Aramaa, you have been given an invitation. You understand that the subtext of your invitation is that because of that stuff that's happened in the past with some stuff you rolled,
Yeah.
this is not a request RSVP. You will be RSVPing. You will be appearing, but you've been extended an invite to a special premiere gala in Mor Iridu, featuring a visit from the senator of the senator for the Remus sector, Twid Blacaro.
Oh no. This guy's gonna be all like, what you been doing on my planets? Great.
I like how just from the name, Aramaa has already figured out what this guy sounds like. Yes, he is a fat Rhodian. Yeah. Hello, I am Twid Blacaro.
Oh, I think I got lucky to laugh at that one.
I'm gonna do my Futurama Nixon voice for this guy.
Oh.
Oh, I really hope they...
Air thickens.
The chase of Charleston Chew.
Oh, boy.
True.
Oh, hey, I get a +1.
That is actually accurate. Yeah, you get a +1. But basically, this is a special gala. It's meant to commemorate the war, to bring together great minds, and you know, get everybody happy, share whatever. Actually, this is a very good question. Let's see. You've got leadership. Do you have any points in knowledge education?
Oh, yeah. I got 2.
Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. So without needing to roll, you can understand the subtext here is that this is a typical political function. You're pretty sure the senator's coming up for re-election in the next few months somewhere. So there will be glad handing and fundraising, and yes, of course, I'm definitely doing stuff to support Soheliv in the war effort. It's perfectly normal. Everything's fine. Re-elect Senator Blacaro. Like, that's not overt. It is not a campaign fundraiser. It is supposedly fundraising for the relief of Soheliv. You do notice that it mentions that people there will be people who have basically purchased invites. They've bought plates or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you will have an extended guest list, but you, Aramaa, have an extended invitation. Wevuguk has been an extended invitation because you guys are both technically officers in the Grand Army and also Jedi Knights.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the interesting thing that I talked about off mic as well. But Boots, as a warrant officer, he is technically part of the officer corps. He has been given an invite along with most of your other officers. Probably not all of them will RSVP, but yes, most of your officer corps has been extended an invite. So, like Commander Bricks, Major Shark, everybody who's got an officer's commission. Camo, being an ARC, is not formally an officer because he hasn't taken any officer or leadership trees. So Camo has not been sent an invite. This means that you guys would have to take him as one of your +1s, or I talked about this off mic. You could have him not come as a +1 because the +1 thing does not. This is a political event. The +1 does not mean a date. It could also be you want to bring your bodyguard or your PA or whatever. I guess this is my +1. He is my linguist. Need to know. I love that. That's good. My ship name's in chat audio.
They need to know it's the one that should be chosen.
Just call it
I thought that was funny, but not. I thought that was good, but not too silly.
I mean, it's a little silly, but that might work.
Yeah.
Well, you told me it was on
How
need to know
giveaway
basis, so
was-
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
that's
cool.
I've talked about this. There will be to let you know ahead of time before you make any decisions on all that stuff. There will be a reputation system. We're going to use boost setback dice to represent how well you're doing socially at a big social gathering. The Jedi can appear however the fuck they like, but if you guys show up, wearing battle armor, you may take some setback dice.
So no Hawaiian shirts. Got it.
Yeah, but for you, no, Mr. Clone Boy, if you are SVP, there's a dress code. You will be required to wear a dress uniform.
Oh yeah, no, I figured.
I think I've mentioned this before, in what's up and off mic. I find just being security because I feel like Camo would do that anyway.
Well, it depends on what Boots wants to do with his +1. I'm gonna +1 your rope, but I'm gonna bully Wevuguk into giving Skirka her +1. Yes, bully.
Camo, don't worry. Boots will absolutely let you be his +1. He'll drag you along, because if he's going to have to sit through this, so will you.
Dress uniforms for everybody, then.
This is a waste of my skills.
I love this already.
Yeah, no.
Exactly. Why do you think I'm bringing you along?
So, yeah. But basically, the purpose of the gala is, and this may or may not be part of Aramaa's how not to fuck up at a party briefing. Because you have shitloads of social skills.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea is, the senator is trying to fluff himself up. He's trying to appear cool. More Iridu is trying, and Soheliv in general is also trying to appear, better, more important, more influential, as you have done a lot to increase the economy, increase the social capital of this, and grow the constituency. And people with money will want to go to this event so that they can show up with people who are actually important and look cool.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's not biting social commentary, I don't know what is. So all your details are enclosed, including the program, which I've linked before, but I will link again. Where'd you go? Here it is. So there will be a red carpet. You will mingle for about an hour. There'll be some opening remarks by the mayor of More Iridu, whose name we dug up is probably Tobias Lank.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a cocktail hour, light dancing. I didn't mention this to you, Aramaa, but apparently they've booked a special performance by your house band, the Solar Shadow Cavaliers.
What? I called my bar and was oh yeah, they were looking for some talent, and I gave us our boys.
Yeah.
They passed muster. I didn't want to bother you about it. I was oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And I would like to say we've been just debating what they sound like for a lot. We're definitely going for some old school like rockabilly or jazz blues type influences. You know, classic acoustic guitars, maybe a little bluegrass in there. The bassist for the Solo Shadow Cavaliers is canon. This cannot be changed. He is a Wookiee with a pompadour and a leather jacket. But you know, there'll be Senator Blacaro has blocked out at least 15 minutes for a speech.
Oh, jeez.
There will be dinner. There will be dancing. There will be a dessert bar. And Aramaa, you probably would have known that the gala was coming because, like I said, you're on the program. It's like you want to give a closing speech, so that's previously been arranged.
Yeah.
Whether you have to arrange that like now once you've got probably not once the invites are printed, but like you would have known ahead of time. Then there's a just until it gets too late. You will just have social time. People will hang out until they flick the bar lights and you have to go home. And I'm not gonna because I have an abbreviated guest list. I'm not gonna literally copy and paste that because that gives away all who's important.
Yeah.
So there's an extended guest list. It contains what you would expect. Like I said, canonically for sure, Clone Commander Brix and Major Shark will be going. Commander Valkyrie Mishkal, the captain of the Redeemer, has also been invited. She will probably go.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't get to go out a lot, so she'll hang out. There'll probably be some Navy officers as well. From the Republic, obviously Senator Twid Blacaro will be going. That Director Wawa Aban has been invited. He'll probably be showing up. Also, several of the high-level doctorates, people Dr. Arden Hearn, who's astrobiology, Dr. Hubbard, who's archaeology, they've all got invites. They may have previously RSVP'd. From more Iridu specifically, you can see that, Tobias Lank will be going, the mayor. The head marshal, whose name is Artukar Vankeem, known to his friends as Artie. He will be going. You also know that Aramaa would recognize this name. Rash Lockhale is going. He is the publisher, the head of Soheliv Free Press, the local Holo News outlet. Alexander Nightshade, as a PDF officer, will be going.
Yeah.
You see basically lots of governors of the various parishes have been invited. Whether or not they'll show up, you don't know, but they've been invited. Some historic business owners and stuff, and then there's also some, if you dig in, there's a couple of interesting people on the paid guest list. You see your friend and everybody's friend Lopak is already in.
Yes.
Somehow.
He knew a guy.
Yeah, Aramaa, you may also be interested to see listed as an entrepreneur. The name Verita Jobin, you may remember her as the smuggler Red. So,
Red?
Since going semi-legit, apparently she has enough cash to, buy an invite to the gala.
Interesting.
I remember her. She tried to shoot me in the face, and it didn't work.
Yes, it failed. She was very upset. And lots of other little people we may or may not run into. So the rough structure is the venue, and some of this you guys may know from the invite. Some of this you guys may actually just get by asking.
Excuse me.
So the gala will be held during the evening at the More Iridu Historical Courthouse, or the Historical More Iridu Courthouse. I'm not sure about my grammar. It's a sprawling plantation-style building that has been turned into a large office park. It is what we would call in real life, plantation or neoclassical style.
Ah,
big fucking columns.
Yeah, that classic Southern style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Big columns, wrap around, tall stairs. Definitely has a dome cupola. Very Southern, yes.
We got hang on, let me.
So, the courthouse retains some functioning courtrooms and offices for the local government, including the courts, municipal government, the marshals, etc., law enforcement. But also, a lot of it is just basically historical, museum almost. Yeah, definitely that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Balconies, columns, railings,
Well,
dome on the top.
Trust me, when you live south, you know exactly what people are talking about when they mention that kind of building. It's like, oh yeah.
So it's nice, but you know that because it's historical, you know, it didn't have necessarily modern conveniences when it was built a couple hundred years ago. You know, rather than like tear it down and rebuild it, they've built a new courthouse and a new you know, county seat building, you know, city courthouse type stuff. City hall, hall of governance, whatever. Because Moridir is pretty important. It's the largest city and is the county seat for the capital area. So there are some functions which are basically event space. You know, the area under the dome has been turned in from like a parliamentary house to just a giant ballroom, complete with balconies overlooking. There's going to be a number of conference rooms that'll serve as private lounges. There's going to be a main stage set up. Catering has been arranged with the Grand Delta Hotel, a very nice hotel in the center of Mor Iridu that's just down the street. They're going to deliver the food via speeder truck, and final prep will be in some supply rooms on site. They don't got to worry about cold food. Very fancy. And remember, because Mor Iridu is a, you know, stilt catwalk city, there's a lower level, which is also very reinforced. It actually includes some. It used to be prison cells, but those have all been bought out and converted by the Soheliv First Planetary Bank, which is right next door. So right next to the courthouse is, you know, the historical like first bank of Soheliv, and they have like taken over the underlayers because they're very secured and sturdy. So it's a pretty nice building. It's a little older, but there's going to be a lot of space around. I thought about a full floor plan, but then I was like, no, Omega, that's crazy. Don't do that. Just mention the rooms that are important. There's a giant fucking ballroom. There's some ancillary rooms. There are, you know, there's a mess of utility corridors and access hallways you can go through. There are side rooms. The thing that is also important is that there is a part of the courthouse has been restructured into a straight-up museum for local history to Mor Iridu, and also just some general history of the sector and stuff. And you know, there are stairwells up to the attics and storage areas, and even on the roof, and so on and so forth.
So on and so forth.
So the security situation is you probably have like a official military style briefing on this. It's not in your invite, but security is going to be handled in two forms. First of all, because it's happening in Mor Iridu, the marshals of Mor Iridu will be primarily running it. There's going to be a red carpet, obviously, where guests will be received, you know, in public. There is a back entrance, so there's a secured entrance the back way in, where if people want to come or go discreetly without, like, you know, the piercing eye of the public, they can that way. That is also secured. There will be about a couple dozen uniformed marshals watching, you know, the main entrance, the back entrance, the side doors, whatever. They will be, you know, in uniform, armed with, you know, batons, pistols, glow rods, and they will have weapon scanners because weapons are not allowed to the guests. Now, naturally, because there's a shitload of rules about concealed weapons, that doesn't mean that you guys can't have weapons, just you're not supposed to take. So you better be pretty good at hiding. Or just be Aramaa and just be like, I am a weapon.
I am the weapon.
There are also going to be about a dozen plainclothes officers amongst the crowd, armed with hold-up blasters and snap batons. So in case somebody like breaks the outer perimeter or there's trouble inside, there are some guys who are there who are, you know, hiding amongst the crowd who are actually security. As you, obviously with the +1 system, some people will be bringing their own bodyguards. And of course, as a senator, as an actual honest-to-God Republic senator, Blacera will have his own security detail. He will be bringing a fire team of 6 Senate guards, the boys in blue.
Oh.
The boys in blue.
Yeah, so copy the image. I mean, I'm copying this exact image because it's the silliest. These motherfuckers.
Yeah, those stupid people.
Okay.
Like
That was
honestly,
purple.
just Camo, just go as boots +1 and just claim yourself to be a bodyguard. I mean, you still have to wear a dress uniform, but I'm pretty sure they won't give you necessarily a side eye if you have a pistol or
Pistol. And a
and
machete.
Well, so no, they will, because nobody's supposed to be armed in the.
even the
So the plainclothes officers were, you might be able to start a small conflict to be like, well, my bodyguard should be armed too, right? But you're a
Yeah.
Jedi, so that may or may not be there may be a little uphill battle in that.
Yeah.
So it's maybe more of like, because it's like
But
they're doing casual security.
you
so
could
it's
still
easy.
be a bodyguard and be armed, with hand to hand, or possibly sneak in some sap gloves or something, But there will be weapon scanners to check everybody. You can take weapons, but check them at the door. You are in a wartime situation. More Iridu has been attacked a couple of times. They're not going to, cluster you guys up and then leave you naked, as it were.
Mhm.
But when you actually are in the ballroom, you are not supposed to be armed. Just as a matter of protocol. It's, politeness
Yep.
or whatever. But so you notice in the briefing, Senator Bilcaro will be keeping 2 of his Senate guards on him at all times. The other 4 will basically be manning the security room for the gala, a repurposed bailiff's office. There are holocams watching some of the courtrooms and parts of the museum for security, some of the hallways and access points, but there are not holocams directly in the ballroom. But they are watching, kind of the access points. And of course, though, you guys may, want to. You're military. You guys are the. This is as high as it goes as far as the Grand Army of the Republic goes. This is a point I would like to raise now. Senator Bilcaro is explicitly not on any Senate committees related to the war. He's not on military procurement or anything like that. So he is just, a democratically elected politician.
Interesting.
I don't even know if the command structure, technically, Jedi are subordinate to you guys are attached to the Republic, judiciary system, but that would be separate branch from the Senate.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he's completely out of your command structure. Just that it's probably in Jedi How to Jedi 101 to do not let Republic senators get shot. It is bad for democracy. But I'm fairly certain he militarily lies completely outside of your chain of demand. In terms of politically, that's a different question. Because he gets to fly back to Coruscant and talk to lots of other politicians. And you don't usually do that. And you may not want to have to bust your ass all the way back to Coruscant to explain to the Jedi Council why you were mean to a senator. Even if Master Windu and Master Yoda are going to be like, you are correct. That guy sounds like an asshole. That's a long trip you got to make.
And they might not want to give you the pleasantry of doing it over holo.
Just.
So yeah, there's political minefields to be associated here, but if you guys want to do something slightly different with security, if you think that dozens of cops armed with blasters and batons is not enough, along with 6 members of the elite Senate Guard
and 2 Jedi.
And 2 Jedi yourself. You guys can't carry your lightsabers into the ballroom, but you can have them on you.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, there's. So I would like to point out because there are no other Jedi Knights on Soheliv, no other Jedi has been extended an invitation. But if you take Europa, she basically washed out of her knighthood assessment, so she's as much a Jedi as any of you assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Just not formally recognized. And she is an artisan.
So
I'm bringing. She's my +1. I guess.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you will have a few, but if you wanted, you guys have access to clone troopers. You can cycle through. You have a good relationship with the PDF, especially because Alexander Nightshade is on the guest list. Presumably there will be some PDF officers as well. You can do any of your above the table, under the table, whatever security measures you like.
So
I think
my
basically
weird.
the rest of the session here is pre-planning.
All right, so Camo,
Okay.
like no matter what I do, I'm not going to be able to let you just wander around the venue with guns as much as you want to.
So my weird idea was just I put all my things in a large duffel bag and I checked that at the door and I put it in a box. And then things go down. I get to the box and I get ready.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a good plan.
I think that's a good plan. So just go as boots +1 then.
Yeah, I'll just
All right, cool.
organize all my things.
Right.
I'll just wear a bodysuit under this suit just in case something happens.
You can probably rig that. You can wear something
I
light.
already
under
have
the-
I already have a covert suit with like armor inserts and stuff.
And I once again, I would like to point out there are many weapons that have like, this upgrades the difficulty to be found. This adds 2 purples. This gives 3 setback dice. So
I was thinking of putting the suppressor on my gun, but that doesn't help me actually here.
no, but there are a shitload of concealable weapons in this system.
Like, yeah, no, I think there's like just a base gear item too, like the concealment holster, just like adds 2 blacks just straight up.
Yeah.
Oh, but just go find that then. Yeah.
Yeah, you can probably. I think it's got an encumbrance limit
I think so.
on like how much it can hold, but you can probably like sneak a concealment holster for a blaster like in the pant leg or the
Let's
boot
see if
of
it's on
your
the gear.
dress
It's probably
uniform.
on the weapon list. Let me go check.
Yeah, concealment holster is a piece of gear. There are several weapon mods. They're also just in the weapon list. It should possibly stay.
Yeah, like
If
you
it's
can just get a
concealable or
boot
not.
knife.
I have the boot blade already. I can
Yeah.
probably just do that.
I believe that is your hard point, so you could just hide a boot knife in your boot.
It is 0.
That would
hard points,
require you guys to purchase some dress uniforms, though. Those are,
Yeah.
I believe, they're technically in the gear list.
Yes.
Yeah, they are not. They do not count as
Dress
armor.
uniform, yeah.
How many
They
are
are 100 credits.
Oh, I'm gonna have to
E
call up
one.
Europa and drag her away from Crown for a little bit.
This is I don't want to because we've got a lot of planning to do, and we're already the recording is already 2 hours and 20 minutes long. I don't want to drill down, but how does this phone call go?
Aramaa has to think about this. Because Aramaa really likes Europa, likes having her around, might have feelings for her, but it's just like,
I got gear. Not seeing.
Actually, I have to think about this. How would I word this? All the powers of the Force and eloquence combined, and I cannot speak to the girl I like. God.
Well, I want to throw this out there. The Jedi Order does not really prepare you for that last one.
No.
Some random people think you're unit. Some people think you're like all not units, but like.
Yeah, I believe it is a common impression that Jedi are celibate.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, all that.
Like I said, no, I'm not no. I just I like Europa because she's Europa. I'm not trying to seek any sort of physical sort of relations. Like no, I just
No, that's.
I just want her nearby.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, I gotta think about it. Maybe I'll just try and play it cool. Like yeah, no. There's this big gathering of all the things, like a lot of big things up there. Maybe be a good time to come down. Talk about some of the things you found out and stuff. Yes, that's how I'll do it. Aramaa's loudly talking to herself in her office.
Pacing back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like all the other things that add concealment are like things that you make it just crippling the thing apart.
Yeah, it's mostly weapons inherently, like sap gloves give you black. The weapon list may or may not remember all the things.
So yeah, no.
No,
oh yeah, no. Hold up blaster, black to perception is C. Pocket blaster. Sting beam is 2 black. L7 is 2. Ooh, the 12
There's an
defender.
armor. I know there's an armor mod actually.
-1. Oh yeah. Adjudicated pistol -1, -1D to conceal. Yeah.
Yeah.
All those things.
Yeah, so I believe by the way I usually write in my notes on the weapon list is how many black it is for concealment. Basically, when you're concealing the weapon, it adds 2 blacks to check to discover it. Conceal. So there's quite a lot of pistols which are pretty good at that, and then there's also many missiles.
Oh yeah, the thing of also it's it's also like a hard perception check to notice I have basically an armored bodysuit under my clothes.
Yeah.
Armor resistance are kind of insane. We talked about this before.
But the clones will need to purchase a dress uniform, and yes, this is how that works. You pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
The military requires that you purchase your dress.
Of course. Books
If
all
you
over
don't have it, that's your problem. But yeah, dress uniforms are normally 100, rarity 5. We will not do the normal rarity bump because this is a military gear. And the other bit is you will probably want to pick up your ribbon rack as well. Display any
Right.
campaign ribbons you may have.
Right.
But yeah, so you call up Europa, you tell her the thing we said.
Mhm.
Hey, we're going to come down. She's like, oh yes, that'd be quite exciting.
Just collective sigh of relief. Oh, thank God it worked. What'd you say? Nothing?
This is a good time to come down. Plus, I can come get those things that Kron asked you to pick up.
Oh
Yeah, right. The things. Shit.
Damn it, that'd probably be a lot easier. Fuck. Crap.
Dank Ferric. No, we can't use that one. We're on the internet. We can't use the word dank for that. Dear Disney, or whoever, Lucasfilm, whoever was responsible for that, and Disney, whoever let that pass. Why did you think, I think Ferric was already existing, but why did you guys think Dank Ferric was going to fly? You want some Dank Ferric, bruv? It's not okay. That's way too internet. But all right, so yeah, so she'll come down to pick up some stuff and set by, and you will speak. She will probably, depending on somewhere in the planning phase, ask you, what you're planning on wearing. And when that comes out, there's definitely probably like a little light in her eye and says, "You don't have something for this?"
Aramaa will be like, I've never been to one of these. I'm pretty good at talking to people, but usually I do that, She kind of gestures, in battle, at businesses.
Yeah.
Epic meetings.
Big meetings. No, I've never actually maybe I thought one day I was gonna wear a dress, but it's no. I'm completely out of my element, Europa. Surprisingly.
Just kind of, cracks, knucks, flexes.
Oh no.
Oh, don't you worry about it.
Oh no.
I am a classically trained Jedi artisan. Don't you worry. We'll take care of this. Do you have any samples of your original cultural clothing you would prefer? Or maybe we should do something local.
Aramaa is just gonna kind of have a moment. It's you can whatever it is, I will leave it to you.
Excellent. Then we'll work. Yeah. So you probably spend some time getting with the space tape measure.
Oh.
No, Europa's magic, but she's not that magic. She can't guess your body size just by looking. That would require cunning-based skill, not where her stats lie.
As much as you'd wish it.
But yeah, no, I will.
Yeah, Europa's cunning too. Her big stats are willpower and intellect. But yes, no, she will absolutely be attempting to craft you a little something.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how she rolls when we get to the actual thing. But yeah, so you don't have to worry about what you're wearing.
No. So, with that though, if Camo's not gonna worry about security, I don't really necessarily need to pull any strings on that. But are you guys planning on getting some shopping done? Boots, are you gonna try and hide any weapons?
No. I'll bring wife number 8, but check it in at the door.
Oh, I should also say about the security. Also, there's probably a long list of like tools and devices you should not be taking. Various things.
Mhm.
So like, Camo should like probably not be bringing his,
Bomb bag, yeah.
yeah, his definitely not his bomb bag, but also
I'm not
probably
bringing
not like
that.
his multi tool, especially because that probably has some things you can do stuff with, in a pinch. But other devices like non-threatening tools, like probably a med kit of some sort, compact electronics, personal devices can probably be okay.
Okay.
So you can bring like your carry
I would
bag.
also like to throw out, if you're buying things, you guys may want to consider earbud comlinks.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
They're pretty
think I
cheap,
have
and
a-
you can pop them in an ear.
Yeah, so let's get some earbud conflict. Actually, yeah. Now that we're going,
doesn't
I'm
like-
gonna pull up the fucking gear list. I need to actually look at what I want.
So Omega, I have a talent called like I have like one rank in this thing called hidden storage, which means it lets me have hidden storage in vehicles or equipment that hold items up to basically up to one encumbrance. And
Are you thinking of wearing
could-
your jetpack at a fucking gala?
no, I was thinking of like just like I was so like because I don't know that it requires equipment or armor, or is it just actual,
Any
like, vehicle?
large equipment, vehicle or droid the character owns has one or more hidden compartments.
Okay, then never mind.
The number of compartments out of the player, but
That's
cannot.
what I was
be enough to
like
get
the
total
only large piece of equipment you have.
So
is your
yeah, I
jetpack.
think like we said, we've established the only big thing you own is the jetpack. So yeah,
Then no, I'm probably just gonna have to dismantle my pistol and then just carry it in parts around on me.
That's an upgrade. That's a weapon thing, a weapon mod.
yeah, componentization is to make that.
Let's see. Component alteration to break down weapons into multiple parts is a hard managed check and then a mechanic check and then takes an hour equal to the encumbrance.
Yes, there are also, I believe, special rules. Well, yeah.
There's a thing where you can alter it, but that permanently removes a hard point. So
How long does it take to reassemble the weapon?
let's see.
Like, if you want to get a gun, just get a concealable gun. You don't need a big fucking I'm gonna kill everything in one hit gun. If you have
I believe your current pistol, the Nova Viper, is noted as being pretty huge. It's not as big as some other guns, but it is a very bulky, large, heavy blaster.
I might as well just get something I can hide. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are rules for like breaking down your own gear, but it's usually easier with the special mod.
Then I might as well just find something I can hide and put the suppressor on it.
Yeah.
It's just
So,
fun.
like I said, the thing you're looking for in the weapon list, if you're trying to find something, is I write it as black to concealment or black to concealment.
Gotcha.
There's the humble palm shooter. You probably don't want to do that. That's a slug thrower.
I guess like the L7. It's not setting like 2 blacks for concealment.
L-7. Yes, L7 like blaster pistol, stun setting, 2 die for concealment.
Oh shit! I want this. I want this.
Got one hard point, so I can put at least the like a suppressor on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this signature scent synthesizer. I love this. Like just variable perfumes. Fuck yeah. A parfum.
But all right, yes. I'm gonna actually have a picture of the L7.
I'll probably bring my custom data pad.
I was hoping the hologram would say like, what does it take just to hide something, but it's more just saying like things you make to add concealment.
Might be in the Skullduggery talk down there.
I was like looking at the thing as concealing and disguising weapons. And it's just like it's just showing like more of like the mod you can do it. Not.
By the way, don't you have a garrote chrono?
I do.
You should totally wear it.
You should also bring that. Yes,
I've always been wearing it.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I've always been
That's
wearing
my
that.
secret, Captain.
I've always
been wearing that, and sometimes I also think I have the bomb belt too.
Probably not the bomb belt. If you need bombs at this gala, I'm gonna be super concerned. I
I've
mean,
already-
Mega, what are you doing? Let's see here.
Yeah, if you need a bomb, you may or may not want to do.
I guess the goal is worse to hide this pistol and then maybe somehow the multi.
Yeah, I think the way it works is they're just making a hard perception check back. They will have weapon scanners, so they're probably doing boost to find it.
Would it be against my delivery pool?
Yes, if you want to make an active effort to like hide it on your person, yes, that would probably be opposed by your skullduggery check.
Which would mean I should probably then buy a 3rd point skullduggery because I can just do that because I have
You got the
right
XP,
now.
you might as well go for it. That might be a decent time because you realize you may have to sneak in a gun if you want
so
it.
no, that's too bad. I now have 3 skullduggery, so that would be 3 yellows and 2 greens.
Yeah, so they would be rolling. It would be opposed then, so they'd be rolling whatever their perception pool is. Keeping in mind they're cops, they probably have at least 2 pips in it, maybe a 3 in cunning, or maybe 2. I don't know. I'd have to double check what I want to do.
3 reds, 2
Against
purples,
3
and 2
reds with
blacks.
2 boosts. So yeah, we'd have to see. You could still get caught, but you could also not. And I think the L7 is probably a decent model. It's called the Quicksilver Blaster Pistol. It has a kind of a shiny sheen. It's popular because it blends in with the interiors of starships.
I can see that.
So,
yeah.
It's designed to like look like it's just a piece of tubing or wire, and then you reach back and you grab the pistol grip, and you're like, "Ha! It was a gun."
Pretty good as having as emergency weapons.
But all right, okay. So, I'm gonna shell out for.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably shell out for that.
Yeah, how much would a dress uniform cost?
It's 100.
100. Mm.
Should be pretty easy. And like I said before, you will probably want to get the ribbon rack as well. Yeah, you have to do the cash increase for the.
Yeah,
It's like 15 credits. I won't do the normal cost bump.
because it should be easier since they probably have like military surplus.
Yeah, it's normal because you gotta. Yeah.
Oh, I'll fork out the money too.
Yep.
For that.
I feel like we probably don't need to go through the whole for the dress uniforms. We probably don't need to go through the whole negotiation route.
Yeah.
Unless you really want Aramaa to go bully half off.
No.
Actually, I wasn't gonna say to get half off, but I was like, is there a way to make it
No, the clone half off the quartermaster.
Oh yeah. Oh right, half off. No, I wanted
Yeah.
to see if I can get a fancier dress uniform.
Can you get?
If I spend extra, can it be like nicely done up or whatever?
You would probably need to do the equivalent of like, basically like custom fit. Probably get it tailored pretty good to you, but I don't know. That would require you to roll something for some.
Ah, okay. In which case, never mind. I just wanted a nice fancy suit.
I mean, yeah, you can get your nice dress. But- Nothing too special. What am I? There's a piece of just thinking in my brain. Check. Oh yeah, Republican Sigma.
Oh yes.
Oh wait, hold on. And a ribbon pack.
Yeah, your ribbon ring.
Do you think this is probably like a bit much, but do you think I could try to commission someone to make a medal that is just the Swamp Dog's emblem to wear my ribbon rack?
I mean, no.
Honestly, you may already have a unit. You may already have a unit ribbon.
No, like I'm pretty like you probably have a campaign ribbon.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Like you're
Just
not.
wanted to-
Trust me. You like I can think of several things you guys would probably qualify for. Camo would qualify for a bunch of marksman's one. Boots would qualify for several service medals, like specifically like with like saving others and whatnot. And then there's campaign ribbons. There's specific battle ribbons. It's like no, you guys probably have like a couple like. We really never got into the details, but you guys probably actually have a couple rows of ribbons at this point.
Yeah, you just have never bothered to actually, like,
Work on
sort
them.
out your ribbon rack before.
It's
Yes.
the weirdest thing in like it's the beginning of the end, so it's a time where like the watchers can finally see all like how much actual achievements the characters have done in a weird way.
Yeah, no, like
Oh god, I just pictured the beginning of Halo 2.
I'm gonna say,
You
you
guys
guys,
medal on Master Chief.
You guys ain't.
And you told me you want something nice.
You guys ain't like Korean generals like levels of ribbons, but nah, I can easily think of like you guys probably have anywhere between like 4 to 8 ribbons or medals at this point. Ugh. So now you got some stuff. God, man, I think I walked away with like six ribbons and medals just because I was on a boat. I didn't do anything fancy. I was like, I'm just here on a boat. Doing things.
He's on a boat.
But did your boat do anything fancy?
Yeah, my boat. That's the thing. My boat did fancy stuff. I was just there.
I mean, technically, if you're on the boat and the boat is doing a fancy thing, the boat is in a danger zone where stuff happens. So
yeah, no, like that's one of the fucking medals. Like, were you in a combat zone? Yeah, have a medal.
I feel like Camo.
No, this is definitely like there are gonna be some clones with like crazy ribbon racks, especially after the war. But you guys have also definitely acquired some things.
Yeah.
I feel like at least Camo probably have at least one that's substantial and probably like from probably being in a lot of active missions considering.
Yes, you are an ARC. Your special forces. You probably some interesting attachments. Like this is probably one of the few places where spec ops can actually advertise. But no, you would have like you said, marksmanship, medals, and so on and so forth.
So I need to go look at the L7. Get that.
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna be picking up some jewelry in the sentence at time, which will also probably be coordinated by Europa. Actually, I should ask. Does Skirk actually want? No, I shouldn't. No, we shouldn't just force Skirk. Skirk probably actually doesn't want to go. Fuck. Now that I think about it. Hang out with a bunch of weird people and not get to shoot anything. Nah, fuck. I'm gonna go give Skirk some vacations. Like, Skirk, how about you just go run off into the world and go shoot some shit for a while this is all going on.
Skirk would be fine with that.
Yeah.
You could also extend. You could ask her anyway as well.
Yeah, I'll ask her, but I feel like she doesn't want to go.
Skirk would probably like consider and you know she would ask you. Do you expect there will be any points at this event?
That's like, Aramaa will know, like, tilt her head to the side and think about it. It's like, no, this is just a bunch of fancy people getting the fancy thing. All the battles, all these battles will be fought with words.
Grandfather sometimes. It is a pity he is off getting his points somewhere else. He would wear the fancy hat, would stand there and intimidate. But if you do not require my services, this one, find a way to find some more points. Those last couple of experiences were not very points worth. Meaningful looks at people.
Yeah, so, yeah, no, then yes, please, like, take some leave, go have a vacation, I guess is the best way to put it. We'll be here when you get back.
Skirk absolutely could have cut across the dance floor as a lizard lady with a, probably because she's a lizard, a very deep V-neck dress, but no, if it's an optional thing, yes, you are correct. She would probably be better off.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about those. Like, wait, I shouldn't force Skirk to the party.
Skirk is basically at this point your Garrus. She's gonna go like drink beers and throw the empty beers into the sky and shoot them with sniper rifles. Drink beers, shoot guns,
like fireworks by accident.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not needed. I'm gonna calibrate some points.
Yeah, no. So as much as I wanted to see Skirk in a deep V-neck, show off that lizard booty. Nah, it'll be nice. Be nice to big booty lizard GF. I have to spend time with my brainiac GF. So, so actually, I'm gonna buy these things. They are very expensive. I will probably be a little broke after this, but it's okay. Europa gets to dress me up. I'm pretty sure this makes her happy. Do it for her happiness. me see here. That's rarity 9. Jesus me.
Probably fork the money. Squats half off. I can just go get like directly get the
No,
L
like,
set, though.
well, what are you talking about? What?
Oh, I'm trying to get the L7 Light Blaster.
Well, let me do my roll real quick here.
It's relatively cheap compared to what you guys are making. So
Also, you may or may not want to, as a bulk purchase, go into the group fund and pick everybody up those earbud.
oh yeah, I can definitely do that. Let me see here.
Yeah.
Actually, let me do the earbud comm links real quick here. Do I want to pick one up for Europa as well? Probably. Why not? Oh man, when if Boots does that to Camo, I will just ghost behind you. It's like, Boots, aren't you talking about yourself there?
Rip.
Let's see here. What are the earbuds?
the secret is that Boots just projects onto camera what he's sad about himself.
Where?
Hey,
Oh, there it is. 5 to 7. That's what it was.
He didn't say no.
It's like, no, I'm just a basic clone boy. Basic clone boy who, actually got the invite. Yes, very basic.
Like the actual like.
they can't tell us apart. We're all clones.
Then
The one that doesn't have hair.
And then it's like, then if Camo's good, then so are you.
Shit. Why is my logic being turned against me?
Because it always is.
Oh god, let's see. I'm trying to remember. 7 is no, hard.
Yes.
Okay, but let me
8, 9 is 4.
Yes. So 1,
Only
2,
10 is
3. That's what I was working from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then B, V. Ooh, excuse me. Thank you, light side points.
Thank you, Force.
Yep, thank you, Force. So let us dump all of. Actually, hang on. Let me see here. Is there? We're in communication. We're getting earbud. Is there any other neat little communication things that would be fun? Let's see here. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Let's see here. Communications, collar ramp. I actually already have a collar ramp. I should probably bring that.
Yeah.
You may want to.
I might have to.
And that may be appropriate. I'm trying to look at concept arts of other, Miraluka characters, and for some reason, high collars are very common. High collars and high necks.
No, we can't get an encryption module. Would be nice, but
I don't think that.
it's E3. The thing's pretty big.
Yeah, it's a big boy.
Big boy.
Again, it's a module you put like in the back of armor, which
Yeah,
is
it's a backpack thing.
kind of like how Camo has thing built into his stuff, where all of his like comms arrays and scanners.
Let's see here. Hollow Megacaster projects the user to a large crowd. I mean, that'd be great for my closing speech, but
There should be some of that sort of
Yeah,
gear
that
at
should be
the
already.
site. Yeah, there's a. I mean, remember the senator's dropping a speech, so
True. Actually, a hollow messenger, a palm-sized hologram recorder which records and plays back hollows. I kind of want one. I would like to make some memories, just in case something happens and we will never ever be able to do this again.
In like a year's time,
But
maybe 2. Time is nebulous.
Yeah, maybe get some recordings. I think that'd be nice. So yeah, so this is what I'm gonna do. I would like to spend 1 of my light side pips on advantage, and the rest on the 4 in success. So that'll be a 15% discount. And as a little bit of a gift, I would like to snag a hollow messenger.
sure.
Cool.
This can.
All right, but let me see here. So 150 per earbud comlink. So that's 5 of those. I'll do math later. I'm taking it out of the group fund. All right. Now, Camo, what was the rarity on your gun?
It was, as I get to the right tab,
Mm.
it was, I'll just, let's type it out.
The Hollow Messenger is this thing.
Yeah. Oh, 6. So that is also hard, I believe.
I'll fork the money. I just.
So 1, 2.
Don't worry, Aramaa will get you the sweet discounts.
Yeah, I'll just give you straight 15% discount. I'll dump all of that into success.
Let me do the math.
Yep, you can do the math. And then I will do.
Oh gosh, it goes into halves.
If you're talking about Karen, it's probably maybe Dr. Hubbard or the girls or the ladies down in the medical wing that you hung out with all the time, and they gave you Cavis candy. Blech.
It's some sort of assistant, I guess.
Hey, Mega, when we're doing like when you rounding, do we round up or round down?
Round up.
Okay.
By the way, I'm personally thinking aesthetic-wise, I'm going to copy this because I've been digging through. This is some concept art of Visa Smart from KOTOR 2. I'm thinking probably something along these lines, but without the purple underrobe, just like the over-tunic dress.
Oh, God, I'm going to have leg for days.
Good old Reese's.
That sounds about right. And probably Europa will ask you if you prefer like the full traditional like headdress thing or if it's just like the face veil, basically. Keeping in mind, I do believe you talked about how you cut your hair short recently.
Yeah, let's go with the full thing.
All right, so you get your full fancy headdress. What? This is a slightly weird way to phrase this question, but what state are Aramaa's arms in? Will you need like really long gloves, or are you gonna like show your guns kind of a thing?
Ooh, I am Brawn 4.
Yeah. You go up to the check-in table. It's like, can you confiscate these guns?
Just flex.
This is also a very important question that is purely aesthetic, because as we know from Star Wars Visions, the secret Jedi Force power is that you can fight in heels. But does Aramaa want heels or flats?
I'll take heels.
Okay, so you'll project a little bit of authority. Probably something sandal style.
Open toe.
Yeah, open toe.
Mm-hmm.
Very pointy stiletto tips.
You know when I'm walking. You hear this.
Probably kill a man with that.
Probably.
Yes, you hear the clack clack, and you also hear the bone snap when she drops the axe kick. Boom.
But yeah, no. Let's show off. Let's show off the guns a little bit. I don't care.
All right. So probably some artisanal, wrist gloves.
Mm-hmm.
And then just the rest is just no sleeves all the way down to shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Some of this jewelry can be some armbands. Gotta hold them back. Gotta hold back these guns. People don't know.
Also, it's almost like wearing some, glittering gold and gems, right on your bicep draws the eye right there.
Let's see here, but okay, so I gotta roll.
Where's...
There we go. Jesus.
I have the pistol ready.
Dice are being finicky today.
Yeah, they are. So
luckily, you're full of force.
Yes. So I will. Shit, I'll literally dump all that into success. So that'll give me a 10% discount. But 4 advantage. 4 advantage.
What purchase would this be?
This would be for my the expensive jewelry and the what they call it?
Synthesizer.
Yes.
All right. Is there any other like fancy dress party shit you want to buy?
There is, but it's not me exactly. Like there's the fucking cascader that just puts a hollow projector on you and makes you look better. I'm like, no. My beauty's natural, damn it. Shake fist. What would be cool? Let me see here. And I got the Holo Messenger, so I can take fucking selfies with everybody. Oh god, now I'm just thinking about the opening to La Pinocho. Oh. Let's see here. Give me a bit of a moment here.
Drop my dice, so.
Oh no.
I count them because I dropped them in the dark corner.
The deep dark corners.
That's 4 boost dice, 5 green dice, 4 dice. So, it's
Is there...
It's a good thing to put on.
Palm stunner. I don't need a palm stunner. My palm is a stunner.
yeah, correct.
I was at the stunner!
Oh my god, I just found something hilarious. So, I was looking through, since I had this casual bodysuit made from like back when we had to do like the undercover stuff in like Warrior 2.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick. What the fuck is actually a Verticator 400? Is it small? It's E1, so it's not the smallest, but no, okay, never
The
mind.
size of a smartphone or something.
It's probably something I wave in someone's face. No, that's not something you do in a social setting. No.
Oh god, he waved his Eradicate in front of my face.
How dare?
So I put the camouflage on it, and then I also put I moved the Superior onto it. For one arc, I can get the. I think I can do the whipcord thrower to have like a secret grappling hook.
That's pretty cool. That's very spy. So I don't know, Lucky. I'm gonna link the Verticator line to you. It says roughly a lie detector, usually disguised in a small item.
Yeah, no.
So-
I think I'm gonna spend all that for advantage.
Verticator?
Yeah, on a Verticator.
All right, yeah.
I might,
Hey, it's from the Jedi Guardian book, so that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I'm just gotta disguise it as something. I might have to ask Camo for that. Actually, isn't that a? Actually, no. Wait, fuck.
Europa will suffer 1 strain to use intense focus.
Oh.
And upgrade her check once. Good.
Put it under the chrono.
Yeah. This is.
Oh wait, how much money did I just spend? A lot.
That would make it about.
Got 10% off though.
Okay.
7.
Can I just
6,300.
also buy this?
You want to work it out? How much advantage did Aramaa? Well, actually, I don't know. Did she roll for to get you the thing yet? Even?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. How much did you get on that?
Oh no, it was just for success.
Okay.
So it was 15% off. By the way, I have 749 credits left. That's it.
I have a
you
lot,
guys
so I
you
can
guys
start
didn't
just
make a lot.
covering. So,
Oh, you want me to roll for that? I can do that.
yeah, because I also just to show, this is how much I have left on my sheet.
You yeah, you guys don't spend money as much as
Because like I can start covering for.
so I rolled physically and every Europa to craft something for Aramaa, and sadly, like, no triumphs or advantage. The 2 dice that I rolled were, both one was double failure, one was double threat, but that just means she had 5 successes left over.
Jesus.
So no like special qualities or anything. It's just an actual, fashion appropriate artisanal, is this what they mean by the bespoke? And yes, it is actually, by the way, if you don't know what bespoke means. Yeah, it's made for somebody. So yes, this is a bespoke garment just for you. It is tailored to your size perfectly. It's very flattering. No penalties, no like special bonuses, but no penalties or anything to move in it.
That's fine.
If she'd actually had some advantage left over, I would have had her like pre-slip in armor plates or anything, or other modifiers. But no, it's just a really good dress, and it doesn't take her that long.
That's fine. But no, I will coordinate my jewelry, coordinate some other things. But yeah, no. Let me get this. I'm gonna get this verticator. I'll disguise it as something. Maybe I'll disguise it as a piece of jewelry. I don't fucking know. I'll think of something. One Camo is free. But Camo wants a whipcord thrower, so let me roll real quick.
Yeah, he's gonna James Bond this shit up.
I mean, why does he not try to? Some degree.
Not sure why you want to, but hey. Boys and their toys. Let's see.
Well, he can use it to move himself, so.
Yeah. 0, 1. No, it's 1, because it's not simple. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, B, V, 1P. There we go. So let's give you a 3 advantage and 6 success with 25% off. Is there another thing that you want in this oeuvre?
No, that was kind of it.
All right. Well,
Yep.
That's what happens.
All right.
All right.
Whipcord launcher. All right. Anything further?
Oh, I got a dress. I don't need any weapons.
Yep.
I got...
Literally, you do not.
I will probably be bringing a datapad, a holo recorder, the verticator, disguise... Oh, yeah. Camo, make me a skill... what kind of difficulty skill dagger check would be to can make the verticator into some sort of innocuous object that I could wear or carry?
Double check how it says it in the holocron, because
It's an E1 item. I would say go ahead for its average, I believe. So,
okay.
I believe that takes you like an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably rig it up as either probably part of like some kind of necklace type rig,
Mm-hmm.
like worn on your like neck or hanging down over your upper chest or something, with a gem, which is definitely not some kind of sensor lens.
If you had a collar, I could probably just make it like some nice fancy collar pin, but yeah.
Oh yeah, no, like I said, nice high collar. It's comfy, but definitely high neck,
Yeah. It's
flexible collar.
because these are just about alterations to items. They're, I think, like more like weapons
Yeah,
and
yeah.
direct instead of
That's
like
fine.
trinkets.
You've already got the item. It can be built into the seal. Nice collar.
Is it average?
Yes, average skullduggery.
You're good. Nothing fancy.
Cool. Alrighty. I have the... I'll call it something. But anyway. But yeah, no, I'll bring I'll bring a datapad, the holo messenger, and that. Probably have
I'm trying to think about what the best color is, because it looks like through a lot of concept art, a lot of there's a lot of darks, obviously, but also some of that's just because dark-side characters, but there's a lot of blacks and reds and purples in Miraluka clothing.
Mm-hmm.
But you might want to go a different route. Obviously, dominant color palette on Soheliv are greens and browns. But the Republic has kind of, its own color scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Involving kind of, darker reds and other such things. So I don't know if you wanted to go wearing the Swamp Dog signature colors, that would be a teal. Probably a very vibrant teal with accents of like not like nuclear orange, but like subtle orange tinges.
Neat.
Some darker blues. Probably definitely find some interesting jewelry, either synthetic or real. You paid for fine jewelry, so you probably got real-ass gemstones.
Mm-hmm.
Some lovely aquamarines, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Or crystals are wild, guys, if you've ever looked it up. You know,
yeah.
precious and semi-precious stones can do some really interesting. I think Marth was thinking about some notes, but have we figured out what Wevuguk will be going dressed as? Like, you just gonna throw on your Jedi tunic?
Yeah.
You could throw on your Jedi belt and call it a day.
Yes.
You are a giant otter. It's like a Wookiee.
Yeah.
Is a Wookiee wearing a bandolier naked? No.
Yeah, we'll just do the Jedi build thing.
All right. So you're wearing your Jedi utility belt.
I cannot wear my Jedi utility belt. It clashes.
Yeah, no. It's full of useful pockets, but no, it's fine. Europa has probably prepared for you some kind of handbag. You're not sure how it fits all your shit in it, but it does.
Nah, I'm only gonna be carrying a few things, like I said. But
Like, I think it appears to me the big things for Selonians is shoulder pads. I'm looking at some like various concept arts of Selonians over the years. The big deal seems to be, like I said, like you might wear a belt, you might wear some very fancy shoulder pads. Or like a necklace thing.
Okay.
God, this fucking old
Yeah,
ass
because I
Irish
know that
necklace.
they were in, I think, Tor or something.
Yeah, I think there were some Selonian public, but I gotta pull up for. Hold on. This. Yeah, this was in. This is in the Corellian trilogy. Look at some old ass pulp ass Han Solo art. Han Solo punches a literal giant otter.
Why?
The pulp.
Nice.
Also,
I have these novels, by the way. I have these paperbacks.
Also,
Corellian trilogy.
that just looks like just a giant otter. That not even
Yes,
part of it.
correct.
Yeah, that's what
A lot of other Selonian art is slightly more alien looking, but like for instance, this was FFG art from Sons of Fortune, Corellian splat book.
Oh,
This is an angry Selonian wielding a vibrosword.
Okay, that
Yeah.
looks more bipedal otter instead of just looking like the first art would look like just looks like a giant
Yes.
otter wearing jewelry.
This is an otter person.
Yeah.
But I have not seen a single piece of art depicting a Selonian where they wear pants. So wait, no, that's incorrect. Hold on, I found one. And it is
I don't
lot
believe
like
you.
that meme of dogs wearing pants. Get a load of this guy.
Only wearing pants.
It's one or the other. You can't have a shirt and pants at the same time if you're Selonian.
Yeah.
It works off Donald Duck rules and Mickey Mouse rules.
I will say, like, the Selonian, like, the headpiece and the armor look pretty cool, though, at least. They got cool design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some interesting aesthetics.
Maybe there's
so-
probably just like fancy armor pieces for stuff, but yeah. Like
But yeah,
ceremonial armor.
Definitely some, like I said, probably go for some shoulder pieces, maybe a mantle. And just wear your belt, because apparently you are not, much like the Wookiees, you are not required to wear pants.
Pants are overrated, clearly.
You have magically
Well, I mean, you're not wearing pants, but that's for a different reason.
Pants are optional.
Listen. I gotta show off all this leg. You think my fucking my biceps have some guns? Let me just flex these thighs here. Just.
I mean, you haven't killed a person with your legs yet. So.
Check out this cool
you
trick.
haven't
You just
done the
grab a
fucking,
watermelon.
what was the villainous from GoldenEye move where she tried to, crush James Bond's torso with her thighs?
That was
I was thinking
on a top. Xenia on a top.
Yes.
Because of course
Okay.
all those
everything's a pun.
sexual pun names.
Kitty galore on a top. So you have
Christmas
not done that move
Jones?
yet, but you could.
Mhm.
I'm sure if you looked at any female wrestler performances, you'd see some great techniques you can bust out if you need to destroy anybody.
Yes.
I'm real. I thought we were gonna be going Die Hard, but we might be shifting to weird James Bond. To be real. This might be the for shifting.
That definitely seems to be the tech direction you guys are. But yeah, okay. I forgot to mention this earlier. I do have a special note. I can list this to you because it's not important. But I did block out in the guest list the entertainment. You have a special performance by the Shadow Cavaliers. Most music will be played by their house band, the Soheliv Chamber Music Club. And Venuzia Crane will be appearing as well. That's Alexander Nightshade's girlfriend, if you don't remember.
I remember.
She sings a lot on the radio. I don't think we've really broken down what her style of music is, but I am definitely imagining like the gosh, I don't even know what we call the post-depression pre-World War II era, but that zone of music into the war and then after the jazz.
It's a mixture of jazz and funk. We'll call it junk.
No. This is pre-funk. Lucky and I talked about this a little bit on WhatsApp. No, our the stylings of the Soheliv Chamber Music Club will be it is confirmed. It is somewhere on the wiki. There is apparently there is a Star Wars version of what they call classical and neoclassical music. So there is like Space Mozart, you play the normal ass chamber music, but also I'm imagining, because we've talked about the sun setting, there is definitely some late jazz elements. So late pre-rock and roll jazz. So like definitely some big band and swing style music. There is a brass section they will be playing. But I suspect you guys in character will be familiar with Venuzia Crane's music because I don't think I've ever talked about it, but in my mind, I had this thought the other day. I imagine that, like, in the Liquid Sunshine, because you have a lot of, like, off-duty clones and now off-duty PDF guys in there, when you're not having live music, you're probably tuned into local radio.
Oh, yeah.
And it probably plays a lot of her stuff. So she may be a small symbol of celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. She'll come on for some performances. There'll be some dancing. Like I said, there'll be very, very jazzy music. Not ironically at all, but if you want to know if people at home or people playing the game right now, if you want to know what I'm thinking of with that kind of music, go on YouTube, pull up the list of Fallout 3 Galaxy News radio songs. There you go. That's that era of music.
Good old three.
I was gonna joke
That's
that
that's Bing Crosby and Bob Crosby, brother.
He's hacking and
the ink
slashing
spots.
and whacking.
Butcher Pete.
I had a weird gut feeling of like, ain't that a kick in the head kind of thing, But that's where I don't know how like it might go.
That's New Vegas.
I know.
Dean Martin's a little later,
Mm.
and I think that Sinatra and Dean Martin are a little more slow and a little more croony than I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think Dean Martin, and then I think like those Vegas shows,
Yeah, no. This is not in that style. This is more Fallout 3 is much more, pre or post World War II, big brassy jazz.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
And there's some slower stuff too, obviously, like the ink spots, but like it's they have I've listened to it. There's like a literally YouTube video that's just the bits. So I listened to it. There are just some instrumental, jazz brass stings in there where just, you get the horn section a pumping and you play some piano.
Mm-hmm.
But let me find. If we wanted to get, a little wacky and sci-fi. We could say that maybe there's some electro swing in there, but I agree with Lucky and think that probably we should definitely deliberately lean more acoustic in our sound.
Mm-hmm. They probably got
But,
some funky. They probably got some funky looking instruments, but nah.
Yeah.
Oh, if you want to bring a +1, who do you want to bring though?
There are many
Is
NPCs
she-
you can call.
Do you want to bring our weapon dealing space elf? Nora? I mean, that's.
I'm just like,
Let's see. Let me.
I'm just looking at passes like the Violet Shock Pins game name.
Let's see. Who do we have
Yeah,
here?
a lot of
And
nice.
it.
Yeah, we have Nola Thane Wolf. She's our Sethi Armsman. We do a lot of business with her.
Yeah.
We literally do a lot of business with her.
I think we've made her really rich.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not
I mean,
sure
there's I'm just thinking
This is
what
my
else
other
should I
favorite
just-
song, by
yeah.
the way, from Fallout 3's track, Bob Crosby and the Bobcats, Way Back Home.
Mhm.
You know it. If you hear it, you know that one.
I know the
Yeah.
opening of it, yes.
One of my
Yes, I
favorites
know
is, was it Crazy He Calls Me?
Yeah, that's
yes.
another classic.
So, clearly, I
Oh
need to
yeah,
wear
the
champion
burning
belt.
one too. Worlds.
You could.
So, Omega, just to,
No, I'm not.
I wanna at least talk out with like, I guess
Yeah.
the plan we had in mind. So, could I put my armor and most bucket in a giant box bag?
Okay.
Yes, no, you can run out some duffels and at the coat check, which doubles as the gun check, you can keep like your DC 17M, your actual commando armor, your bag full of good.
Like,
They might complain about your bag.
Okay. Can't Axe. I'm gonna tell you, you don't need. No, you're not
Okay.
bringing your full fucking kit just so you can have it in case some shit goes down. No.
Like your armor and your main gun, like I could see Camo being paranoid as a spec ops guy, as
Yeah.
a spook being like, yes, bag up my armor and my gun just in case we get invaded by separatists in the middle of the party. You probably are not going to bring, to Lucky's point, you're probably not going to bring literally everything you own.
No,
No.
it was just that really.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm allowing. No
That's
jetpacks.
all I want- that's all I
no
really
all
need
these
to bring.
guns. None of your tools. Just your armor and a gun. Like honestly, like even I think your armor is weird because you have to put that on. I don't know the rules for
Yes.
that, but that's very, very fucking awkward. If everything's if shit is going down, you have to
It's
run.
not powered, so I think it's like in terms of like actions or maneuvers to ready gear. You have to like ditch. You can't benefit from two armors, so you'd have to like ditch your kit.
Yeah.
By the way, on that point, because dress uniforms are not armor, they are gear.
Yeah.
You can wear something concealable under it. So I do believe it. I would say it is okay for Camo to wear his like sneaking suit, bodysuit under it.
But like I want you.
So you can dramatically, tear off your dress uniform and reveal your sweet solid snake bod
Put mask
underneath.
on and move. Yeah.
But like, here's the thing, Camo. If something's gonna happen, this is what your plan is. You are going to leave the situation, run to the coat check, like dig through the stuff to find your stuff, put it all on, and then run back. All of while
Okay,
the situation
fair.
is going on at the same time.
All right, fair.
Civilization,
probably-
bongo,
I
bongo,
should probably
bongo.
just
Yes,
put
another
a-
classic.
No,
I should probably just
put your guns in there. Yes, totally bring your gun. Bring your extra gun.
I'll
But
probably put the gun and the Beskad and then probably multi tools in there.
go for it. The
That
armor-
might actually be
Another classic that's in the Fallout 3 soundtrack is this is just using commercials all the time, so you remember it. Let's go, Sunnin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll spare the armor. I'll just put the tools of conflict in there.
Tools of conflict.
And like I said, the security will probably object if you put like grenades, your other party favors
Nah,
in there. But
it's just the multi tool and probably like the Beskad and the gun.
Yeah.
And then maybe just the actual pistol. So just
if a fight breaks out, you can run down and be armed, and if you can disarm a bomb if there's a bomb, but you will not make a new bomb.
yeah.
All right.
Actually, I'm pretty sure everyone actually genuinely knows this song, which is maybe a little late, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close.
Oh, Mr. Sandman.
Yeah. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Also, I
but-
found.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Oh, just looking it up, I just found a video that's like 50 minutes long. It's all the songs from Galaxy News Radio, but it does have a nice timestamp for each of them.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah, I believe that's what I've looked at myself. Yeah,
All
so
right,
you can
but-
check out everything.
So I got.
I know I don't want to set the world on. That's my actual favorite song. That just because
Yeah.
the like there's a line in Bongo 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 which is like they have things like the atom bomb, so I think I'll stay where I'm from, which is great for Fallout, but I don't want to set the world on fire. It has so much punch in Fallout 3.
I feel like that has a separate meaning for Aramaa.
That's also another thing, yeah. But also, by the way, I talked about this. I think the Shadow Cavaliers, like I said, they're definitely like rockabilly or bluesgrassy, like a lot of strings, probably got a cello guy. Like old school Johnny Cash, classic Elvis type shit. You know, but definitely probably not as poppy as like the Beatles or the Monkees. Like, no, original acoustic stuff.
Anyway, but I think that's it. I think
we started out their inventory. I know Wevu wants to. Marth is literally listening back to old episodes. So he may want to think about +1 stuff, but we can sort that out later. Actually, I remember. Did you guys want to do anything extra about security on your own?
Well, since there's important, I mean, we do have important people there. How much more do we want to like reinforce and protect those people?
Well, actually, I think our best bet would actually be to not let them know they're being protected.
Yeah.
Instead of like that, because like I said, we have a bunch of clones, we have fighters, we have jets, and we can literally just set up like where we can probably put some clone, not necessarily, we can put some clones in some. Well, actually, they're clones. I don't know if we put them clones that will actually make them sneaky. They kind of look the same. God damn it.
Yeah, you can't. Unfortunately, you cannot plain clothes clone troopers.
But we can basically what we can do is we can put them during the gala. We can put them on extra alert. Maybe have some guys ready for a fucking hot takeoff, whatnot, to basically reinforce stuff if need be. And maybe we can put a couple guys, I don't know, in the fucking bushes.
Yeah, you do have. I've talked about this. You have. Sorry. You have a uniform company led by Captain Kojo. That is your literal. They are a rifle company that doubles as garrison troops and MP, and they're trained in riot control. So they are your urban close quarters specialists. So they have an attached LAT LE squadron. So the law enforcement helos basically, and that's got access to additional support platoons and heavy weapons. So you could just have helos full of clone troopers on standby in case there's a hostage crisis or a bomb threat or whatever Rainbow Six Tom Clancy bullshit Omega will throw at you.
I'm expecting a mix between that and Die Hard. So yeah.
No. So yeah. No.
Yes. When the Sentai squad of Alan Rickmans show up.
Wait, what? What?
Just an elite team of color-coded Alan Rickman clones.
I've
Professor Snape in here. We'll have Hans Gruber. Some other fun Alan Rickman roles I could reference now.
Oh, okay.
But no,
you can have those guys on standby.
We'll have those guys on standby, and we'll make sure guys are on the sensors and radios to be intercepting communications, just in case. The only other thing I think we could probably do without sticking out like a sore thumb is to literally hide some guys in the bushes around the fucking courthouse. I don't know if we want to do that though.
I mean, you also have access to First SOSOC Special Operations Group. You literally have 36 other ARC troopers. You could have you could station some commandos in some hidey holes just in case if you really wanted to. That might be a little paranoid, but the question is, how paranoid are you?
How paranoid am I? I'm a little paranoid.
Are you paranoid as an ARC?
Like, so this is Clone Wars era. There's a little bit of obviously because this builds up to the Imperial period, there's a little bit of very blocky, military interventionism. But this is not quite say, for instance, what happened in real life, proper counter-terror, full-blown shenanigans. That's more of an Imperial period thing. So no, the Marshals don't have snipers in the windows watching the roof of the courthouse kind of a thing. But you might decide you want to do that. You have guys for that.
I always kind of wonder where what most of the other arcs are doing.
Maybe not in the bushes, but can we Maybe we can get some guys in some adjacent buildings to keep an eye on things.
Yeah.
Do you want clone troopers, or do you want to open your backdoor channels and get some of the PDF involved? Because you have guys that have been drilling those guys.
Yeah, actually-
They are armed and geared up.
Yeah, let's go. Let's coordinate with the PDF. I'm pretty sure Alex would be willing to help us out. You know, just an extra layer of security.
There's probably some like, oh gosh, you don't think anything would happen, would you? And then, you know, you might subtly suggest, oh, you know, we're just being careful. And Alexander
worse
probably
has
runs
happened.
with it of just like, yes, those darn separatists would do something, wouldn't they? Oh, I can see it now. Yeah, so
Like, when they haven't.
so probably get some, you know, some of his best boys for like, recon and marksman work, you know, post up in some nearby buildings observing. You know, you have your own, you know, you make sure the duty roster is so that uniform company is, you know, on rotation and ready and waiting in case of an emergency.
Yeah. Like, again, I don't want to be over paranoid, but just in case something happens.
Do you want to, so this is another thought I had, do you want to drop a line to your clone officers that it is good for their careers that they attend the party? Because, or it would be within, you know, the general wishes them to attend kind of thing. Because right now, like I said, you're probably only getting a few, you know, Boots has RSVP'd. Like I said, Commander Bricks will probably be there. Major Shark will be there. But you have, you know, captains and lieutenants and stuff, you know.
No, I'm definitely going to politely insist, order them to, for them to attend.
You're good enough at socials, so I'm not even making you a roll. You couch it in such a way so it is not technically an order, but it sure sounds like an order. And so the clones are like, all right, well, General wants us to go. So there's definitely a slight run on the dress uniform.
Okay.
Yeah. They're gonna, you know, everybody's gonna be showing up with their you know, their gray-green tunics, their rank bars, ribbon racks, etc., and be ready to party. At the very least, the beautiful thing about clones is you can get everything. Yeah, voluntold. You can get everything tailored in bulk.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, no, there will probably be then, like, you know how there's like, what did I say, like a dozen, you know, plainclothes marshals at the base. At this rate, if you know, subtly suggest, you're probably gonna get, you know, upwards of a couple dozen clone officers.
Cool.
You know, because you've got like you know, probably let it be known to, you know, Commander Bricks. He gets all of his command staff to come. You know, you let Shark know, and he's like, "Oh, I was planning on going anyway." Love a fancy shin. Wonder if there'll be sashimi there.
I feel like the
Actually, no.
weapons are
Yeah, we're
just
probably gonna
be
have a lot
fun.
of fish. Jesus.
I mean, you're in a delta. There'll be fresh fish. Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like the room check is just gonna be full of guns. It's just gonna be full of like.
Yes.
head
No.
high.
You are gonna like, probably not big boy DC-15As, but like, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of clone sidearms. In fact, at some point, like, because you're bringing the command staff, they may just, you know, they might just rig up some you know, some poor grunts to like bring in the carts. You know, bring in the cases like, yes, this is a case of my sidearm, his sidearm, his sidearm, his sidearm, his sidearm, and his sidearm. Just throw that in the back there. But you like, you have 4 battalions which are all led by majors, and then every battalion has, you know, a company under them led by a captain. Most of those guys are probably going to show up. Like, obviously, you have, you know, units on field duty. Everybody who is currently out of the Republic outpost Soheliv and more Iridu deployment is probably, you know, quietly wiping that sweat away that they're not.
I mean,
you know, they're not being recalled to bus back home and cram themselves into a dress uniform. And go to a fancy dress party.
I posted this before, but I feel like with all this talk about the weapons check, I have to post it again.
Yeah, definitely.
It's that look of shock is great.
No, my favorite part was when they're leaving the party, he's still going. It's like, pack up your weapons. Like, what?
It's like,
What movie was this again?
Sinbad.
Ah, Sinbad. Okay.
Yeah, the animated one.
Yeah.
I just love how like the guards just blink like 3 times in a row. Like what? What are we looking at?
Okay, I'll get rid of it so we're not distracted. Sorry.
All right, but no. So yeah, with the PDF and some of our special forces, we'll basically just have Overwatch. I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
We'll have the MPs on standby. We'll have a bunch of clones in there. They'll be in dress uniforms, but hey, it'll be fine.
Hey, I think I can safely say your guys are drilled in CQC.
Also, if they're veterans, they have extra bonuses to hit to CQCing droids.
Oh yeah, that was Hubbard, by the way. I remember that.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's Dr. Hubbard.
Yeah,
This is
the
why
one
she
who
hates Fields. This is
didn't
why she
love.
refuses to leave. She refuses to leave the office anymore.
No,
Yeah,
apparently
office.
fancy dress parties are okay.
Yeah.
Because she is on the guest list.
Okay.
This is gonna be fun.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Presumably a
excited.
ballroom is full of oh yeah,
We
there'll
have
be
to
cameos
remember
galore.
we have to remember to do the concealment checks. Getting great.
Well, I'll remind you.
Oh yeah.
Because like I said, there's literally the blocked out time for whatchamacallit, for like red carpet opening and you know,
Also,
arriving and mingling.
Could you pin like the ship name ideas I had? Just forget that's it later.
Just scroll up, my dude. Don't take that long.
Well, you say that, but also
Open
as I
and
scroll up to find it, I have to scroll a lot.
Yes.
open.
I mean, I would
Yeah,
just control F. Need to know.
That's also true. That might work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like, yeah.
But
I tried.
Yeah.
Names are not my best sometimes.
I think they're good. I really like the need to know effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's a good one for like to be a long term, but that might be like a word in joke.
A weird in joke is fine for a long term.
I mean, you know, that's like you
say that,
made
but
the
that's-
references to the hot getaway. That was what it was. Those guys stole that ship because they decided they wanted an E9 as their starting ship because it qualified and it's a great ship for it. I believe I recommended it, and you guys just rolled up there and are like, "This is great. What do we call this?" Well, it was literally our hot getaway, so the hot getaway.
It's a good name though.
Yeah.
It was. I pat myself on the back all the time for it.
By the way, I want to throw this out there once again. You know, talking about aesthetical differences. This is concept art of Republic officers from KOTOR.
I love
And-
the skirt.
This is canonically what officers look like in the Clone Wars cartoon. What committee with no soul made you guys switch to gray green?
Those that didn't want to spend more budget on color schemes.
Yeah, I guess.
It's like there's Sedaris,
But yeah,
weird, like,
and I believe that army colors would
Oh
be
yeah.
Republic army colors would be gray green.
The old Republic colors.
Yeah, they're nice. But
It's like
you can
so-
see the
yeah.
female officer is also she's wearing an example of the ribbon rack.
Yep.
I will say the male officer like has a weird like thing of like tacky pizzazz to it.
It's flashy.
All right.
But yeah, officer caps for everybody. Nice boots. You know how to tuck your pants in your boots.
Blouse
Especially
them.
that in basic.
Call blouse in your boots. Ooh.
Hey.
Pants are so bad.
Man, I haven't bloused my boots in forever.
Would they have a? I don't know. You're everywhere. Would you? I'm just thinking in my brain. Would they have like a? Because I know this is been a thing in others. Would they have basically a summer version, a warm climate version of the uniform, where maybe you don't have to wear this giant fucking tunic with long sleeves, but I don't know.
We'll find
yeah,
out.
Yeah, I think we're wrapping up. The audio's
Yeah.
gone for about 3.5 hours. Everybody did their pre-prep. Like I said, Marth is thinking about Webu's +1. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
We can lock in that Webu will probably exercise a +1. You guys have done all your security. You're not gonna like. If you guys want to like case the venue ahead, the day before, we can do that next time.
I used to take a look to see like,
Case
what
the joint.
the layout.
I mean, I could probably sing Camo and some dudes. That'll probably make
Sure.
Camo feel better.
Yeah. So
Look
I
around, I
think that's all that then. All right, let's wind down. Didn't really do a whole lot, but you did accomplish some of your pre-prep stuff and pre-planning. So I think we can go with like 5.
Okey-doke.
Our Jedi men's may or may not have issues for extra EXP.
I think.
Furby, I can only think of meaning. She asks Arama's sort of experience and memories to try to find something to help contextualize what she's trying to find.
People are counting on me.
I think you did because you were trying to set Webu straight. Like, hey,
Yeah. I think I want to do it, like I said, but also I did. No, I gave you tough love. I think that's what I'm gonna call it. I gave you tough love.
yeah,
Yep.
So yeah, I believe I made it as well this time actually. Because actually, we didn't mention this. We mentioned it a little bit, but I gave back the 5 XP I got for my motivation last time. I was like, no, I
Yes.
didn't. So, but no, this time, yes, I do think I did it because I'm like, no, I'm gonna make sure Webu stays on the good path. So that'll be 10. Yay. I got this one.
I just put down what I voted down for next section.
Yep.
Also, I don't know if the mission works because I was just doing a lot of pre-prep for what I assume would possibly come up in.
I mean,
the
did you
mission,
ask
which
any
is-
questions? Did you ask any questions when I told you to spoof a transponder code?
No.
No. Actually, you know what? No. When I also think it's fair. Like, even though I know that as a character, Camo probably doesn't want to go to the party. When they were like, "Nah, you should come. You should just come." You were also like, "Okay." Kind
Waste
of
my
sticking
skills,
to
but
your
sure.
to your mission guns. You're just like, "All right, well, if that's what the job is."
And you are, I will also say you are thinking of like worst case scenarios. I find it annoying, but it is true. It's like, no, if something goes wrong, I will be ready.
You were
I'm doing my
thinking
job,
about the job.
Yeah.
So no, I
Alright,
think you
so
I
you
think you
can
did it.
Yeah.
Right.
I also comfortably thinking that I haven't hit mine.
Personnel?
No, family.
Family.
I feel like at the beginning there were some moments considering just how
I mean, let's
you
see.
actually
You had
showed
that.
some honest
You did have
empathy.
that talk with Wevu, and you did definitely lean into like, listen, I don't have any, but also you should really talk to somebody.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if
That
that's
necessarily
worth.
goes deep enough on your motivation. You kind of left
Yeah.
it there before it became more of a personal risk drive.
So I'm fine not getting that extra EXP. I'll just take the
The fiver.
Yeah.
5. Yeah.
We'll assuredly be going deeper on the other stuff when we actually get to it, because I will wrap up writing all the bits.
Yep.
All right. Well.
I think that's
Okay,
it.
if that's everything, yeah, let's wrap up.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And this has been us.
All right, thank you.
Go
very much.
listen to the Fallout 3 soundtrack.
Do it.
It good.
It good. I have stuff to think about.
It would.
God damn it.
Okay.